All right, welcome back to the live stream. We're going to get started shortly. Just welcoming people, making sure the sound is working. All right, welcome back to the live stream. Okay, great. Very good. So let me post that on social media and we'll get started in a little bit, in approximately 20 to 25 minutes. All right, so let me share this on social media. All right, there we go. So I'll post that there. And hopefully people will start joining us on the live chat. And what we'll do is I'm going to see if we can have a little conversation on the chat before we start. And we'll ask some interactive questions. So here we go. Okay, so we've had some really good matchups thus far today. Let me see if I can see what they were. So the first day, yesterday, we had, let's see what we had. Okay, so the first match was Oliver Squire from UK Grandmaster against Super Grandmaster Dirk Schiemann from Germany. That was the Super Jackpot round one. That was an outstanding match. So you can go back and watch that. One of the things I've done is throughout the videos, during the breaks, I have a video that I pre-recorded interviews. There are 3 of them, and it seems to just keep replaying the first one when I start it. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy that. And then I try to do some interviews. I've changed the stream so I can change it to just the commentator cam. The second match we saw was Oliver Squire in his second match of the Super Jackpot against Dana Nazarian, also Grandmaster out of the United States. That was an outstanding match to watch. And then the third one was Ryan Rebelo, top Grandmaster out of Canada, against Dana Nazarian. These are some of the best players in the world, and you can learn a lot from watching them. It's like a lesson. And then in the evening, we had a doubles match. My good friend Hans Ghaffari, who lives locally here in Los Angeles, played with Dirk Schiemann, and they were playing against Gigi Goyette and Oliver Squire. Gigi is also in the Los Angeles area, and I'm trying to feature some women players too. We're trying to encourage women to play backgammon. There aren't too many to feature, but we're trying. So that was a good one. And then let's see what we had today on the day. So on my YouTube channel, you guys can go look at it. It's Alex Eshaghian Backgammon. There is okay, so yeah. So that one I did a live stream of Dirk Schiemann's seminar on ugly plays. So there's a link to my channel. You can go check that out. And in terms of the live streams, we had some good matches today. The first one was Steve Sachs and Dana Nazarian, 2 of the best players both out of the United States. That was a great match to watch. And then the second one was Tom Kiesler versus John O'Hagan. Tom Kiesler is out of Orange County. Very good player. And John O'Hagan, top Grandmaster out of he's near Chicago. I believe he lives in Indiana. And the nice thing about these are the commentators were outstanding. So for this match, for example, it was Ryan Rebelo, Joe Russell, world champion, Neil Kazaros. Let me see who joined me for the commentary yesterday. Let's see. The first one was just me because that was the first round. But then I was joined by Chris Trencher, who really enjoyed that one. The crowd really enjoyed it, the viewers. And then I had Dennis Culpepper, and I had Marty Storr, and Jake Jacobs. That was just really outstanding. So people really like that, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Say hello. Oh, Rory. Hi, Rory. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So the next match is going to be Steve Sachs and Chris Trencher. I'll put it in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Rory, how are you doing? Everyone, please smash that like button. Really appreciate it if you could do that. Let's see. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want to start the interactive chat. The first thing is, everyone please say hello on the chat where you're joining us from. And then we'll do some Q&A too. Hello to Ian Terry joining us from Houston. Oh, Rory. Oh, you guys are going to transcribe, both of you. Okay. Maybe you guys should have a transcription contest. I think Rory would love that contest. See? All right. So, question number 1. Who do you think is better at transcribing, Rory or Ian? If we had a transcriber contest. If this was your last match of your life and you could only pick one person to transcribe, who would you select? Rory Pascar or Ian Terry? That's question number 1. So vote 1 for Rory, 2 for Ian. Rory, I hope you can make it next time. So while we're still waiting for the match, what I wanted to tell you is the schedule. So tonight I'll probably just stream one match because I have to go home and get back by 10 a.m. local time. But there were several matches in the first half. I think both of them are going to transcribe it. That's what I think. So tomorrow it'll be all day, starting at 10 a.m. There will be a dinner break. So what we'll do is I'll have live stream part 1 and live stream part 2. We'll have open. The undefeated round will be 11 points, and then the second bracket will be 9 points. Okay. What else? I want to thank the producer and organizer, Candace Mayron, tournament directors, Patrick Gibson and Frank Talbot, events manager, CC Petrosa, tournament committee is Ted Chi and Neil Kazaros, streaming is me, with help from a number of outstanding guests, and Larry Schiller is here too, but he's playing, so he's going to come when he's not playing. There are a lot of side events. We had a number of them. There was the BMAB on Wednesday. That was fantastic. My good friend Melissa Shin, she's a local player. Fantastic. She won, and she's very deserving because she's been working on her game for a very long time. So I congratulate her. We had the Super Jackpot. There was the Bob Glass Masters Jackpot. And there was the Paul Dingwer Limited Amateur Jackpot. We had the Dirk Schiemann seminar, which I mentioned earlier, that was fantastic. It's been such a pleasure to meet all of these top players that have come from overseas, like Dirk Schiemann, best player in the world. Ryan Rebelo came from Canada, and Ian Squire came with Martin Barkwell from the UK. I had the privilege of hosting them for meals. I had dinner with Dirk, that's how he pronounces it, Dirk Schiemann, the first night, and I was able to have lunch with Oliver and Martin. I really have to express my gratitude to people because they came from a long way, and it's really an outstanding opportunity for me and others to meet them, and we would otherwise not have had that opportunity. All right, I will be back shortly. Gonna take a quick call. All right, so Steve and Chris will be starting. I'm going to go and set up the cameras, and we'll get started shortly. So, yes, sir. Take a picture of the two of you shaking hands, please. Okay, doke. So, these waters are fresh. They're for you.
Thank you.
Legal moves, dice on checkers is okay. You can use the baffle box. Set up the clock here. 11 points, 22 minutes, 12-second delay.
Just have a flame.
No, not completely.
Oh, I
because
can,
there's a clear
I can just put it right
It's
there.
okay. No, it's okay. I don't care. We did have a dinner break, you know.
I know, I couldn't eat it all, so I want to go to waste.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, if you guys, please don't stack checkers on the board. Try to rack them in here where you bear off so people can see them. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, well, so, wait, you still wrestle point? You start with
Yeah, start with.
That's Russell.
Yeah, if you guys need anything, I'm not a monitor, but if you forget to like center the cube or score the game, I'll come and correct you. Otherwise, and if you need anything, I'm on the other side of the board.
Thanks, Alex.
Any questions? Okay. So give me about 30 seconds to get around to the other side. No problem.
Okay. Howdy. The
Second round?
first, I don't know if you call it the second round or the first round post the revive period. Whatever it is. Who are you playing?
All right, everyone. We are back after a nice dinner break. We have Steve Sachs and Chris Trencher, two of my good friends and both grandmasters here out of the United States. Steve lives here in Los Angeles. Chris is in the New York area. It's a pleasure to have him. It's a pleasure to have you. So the next question is, who do you think is going to win, Steve or Chris? Write down Steve if you think Steve will win, and write down Chris if you think Chris will win. You may notice I did modify the player cam, so it's a little bit off, but you can still see Chris, yeah, especially when he sits like that. Okay, very good. So they're playing with the baffle box. Chris is playing the blue checkers at the top. These are turquoise blue. Steve, the red checkers at the top. Bearing off to the right, 4-2 for Steve. 11-point match, 22 minutes on the clock. They're both using the baffle box, so the dice will always be on the left-hand side. You'll know whose turn it is by the illuminated light on the clock, which is on the right-hand side. The score is on the right-hand side. The title is the 2024 California State Backgammon Championships. This is the open first round. So the previous rounds were the qualifying rounds, and then they did a redraw for the first round. Player cam is at the upper left. The commentator cam is center left. My name is Alex Eshaghian. Please join my YouTube channel. Subscribe. You can like it. There's a link in the description. Thank you to our sponsor, Gammon Guys, as well as the USBGF and ABT. Hope you enjoy it. So welcome to Trevon Balian. And hello, Long Live Crow. Where are you joining us from? Please let us know where you're joining us from. And let us know how long you've been playing backgammon. That'll be nice. Now 4-3. That will be helpful because then I can target the commentary towards different levels of players. And I will be right back. Just going to get some water for myself. All right, we're back. And if you guys didn't get a chance to watch some of the matchups earlier or from yesterday, I highly recommend it. Those ones were really, really good. We had some outstanding commentators. Each one is a very valuable lesson. And everyone, let's see who's watching right now. Or at least we'll see how many people are watching. 25 people. We've got 4 likes. Everyone, please hit that like button, if you will. Now 5-3 for Chris. Okay, so now Steve is looking. So he's counting the race. I don't know, but it looks like Steve is up in the race. Okay, positionally he has a 3-point board against a 1-point board with 1 checker halfway back. And then the blue, Chris has 1 checker on Steve's 5-point, exactly where he wants to attack. So he can hit with combinations of 1s, 3s, 5s, and 6s. And there's a blot on the other board. I would have highly considered doubling there, especially with the blot. So that was huge, 6-3. Probably lost the market, especially after a double 5. So now it's either too good or it's a cash. 6-3 makes his bar point. Now he has a solid 5 prime. Oh, St. George, Utah. Been playing since August. Wonderful. Hello, Ali Jawad. Thank you for joining us. And thank you to Ian Terry for helping with the transcription. I believe my good friend Rory Pascar is also doing the transcription. We'll have a transcription contest. 4-1. So the 1 is forced. And now, still too good. 6-1. Okay, so that's the 6. And the 1, he's just going to have to... Yeah, that's a nice one. In case he rolls a 6-1, at least he can hit. Double 3. Okay. So he's going to try to save this gammon. I think that's what he's thinking about. But he does want to retain the midpoint. So he'll make a 3-point board and maybe get another crossover. And now, is it still too good? I guess Ian is transcribing this. 5-2, so he's got to leave indirects unless he hits. Pejman from Sydney, Australia? Golshani from Australia. Sounds like you're from Iran. I guess if you're watching from Australia, it's the morning time there. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. 6-1. Look at that. Amazing. Super Joker. Now, Steve's no longer too good. He's not good enough. 6-4. Can't come in. Now Chris is looking. Steve is enjoying the leftovers from his dinner. Let's see if people can guess what he had for dinner on the live stream, on the live chat. 6. So he's going to make his ace point probably. Yep. That was a huge shot. Blunder, missed cube to start. Oh, you mean for Chris? 2. Look at that. Huge for Steve. 3-1. Wow. Back and forth. So there's the 1. And I think you're going to have to hit. You don't like it. Bay Area. Welcome, WBS from the Bay Area. 5-4. Now what? This one has been back and forth, hasn't it? So now Chris is looking. So he can cover with 4s. Exactly, Trevon. Huge, another huge swing. So he can cover with 4s, come out with 6s. And then 8s. So like 5-3. So only 6s. 4s as well as 3-1, 2-2, and 1. He does take a roll. So 5-1 doesn't work. Probably have to bring 2 to the 5 point. You can't move from the back, so the 5 is either going to be 10-5 or 6-1, and 6-1 is okay. So he makes the ugly play. Dirk Schiemann gave a seminar on this, so now he did that. He talked about ugly plays such as killing a checker to the ace point, and now he'll likely have to kill a second checker. And he does. 6-5, he dances. Chris is looking for a 6. 5-3. And look at it. He's taking them all to the bank. Getting back on track. Haven't played backgammon in years since my husband passed. Miss playing it. Well, where do you live? Do you live in the Los Angeles area? We play all the time. If not, I can help you find a place to play. Go to the USBGF. Okay, so now Steve is on roll, and he doubles from the bar. Look at that. What do you guys think? Is this a double? Would you double here from the bar? So he can come in with 2s and 3s, but it's not so much of his strengths, but it's Chris's weaknesses. 3. So 1, he's going to hit and then bring 1 down. Or he can make the... Well, if you make the bar point, where's the final one? Five, 2 cannot come in. So that was a big market losing sequence. 2-1. Let me know if you know what a market losing sequence is. Say 1. If you do not, say 2, and I'll explain it for you. Question: do you know what a market losing sequence is? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know in the live chat, please. All right, so now Steve has completed the closeout. That means Chris has a checker on the bar, and Steve has closed his entire board. So now he's thinking about how double sixes work. So when you're doing this, you want to think about how large numbers play double 6, double 5, double 4, as well as 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 4. Trevon knows what a market losing sequence is. Thank you. Have you seen Candace Mayer on anywhere?
I just want to see the chat.
Hello. Hello, Candace. Welcome.
Hello, Alex.
How are you doing?
We're doing great.
People are loving the
everybody's
tournament.
just having fun. That's what I care about.
This is Steve Sachs and Chris Trencher, 2 outstanding players. So everyone say
Please.
hello to Candace on the chat, please.
Please, I taught them everything they know.
So we have Ian Terry on the chat, Rory Pascar, Long Live Crow, Trevon Balian, he's been watching a lot. Ali Jawad, I believe from, I don't know, but Pejman Golshani from Sydney, Australia as well.
Is there anybody you don't know by now?
I don't know them personally, but like some of them have been watching.
Well, everybody
back
knows
on track.
Rory. Rory is the best.
Okay, so getting back on track, hasn't played in years since her husband passed, but she misses playing with it, enjoying the stream. I asked her where she lives. She says, hello, Candace. She lives in the Midwest. Found there's a group an hour away that gets together about, I think, once a month. Not sure about going in the wintertime, but looking into it. So where in the Midwest do you live? Because there are clubs, if you go to the USBGF website, you'll be able to find local clubs.
Who is it?
This is Chris Trencher playing against Steve.
No, who's the lady you're talking about?
I don't know. She's new, so welcome. All right, so a few of the people. So he forgot to reset the cube, so I told him I'll do that for him. So I'm going to walk over there if you want to just say hello for a
Sure.
moment between the games.
Yeah, I'll give you my scintillating commentary. Okay, they're using blue and orange checkers. How's that? Is that good analysis? Steve Sachs, of course, a West Coast player, in fact, Los Angeles. I have 3 elites locally. I'm lucky. Joe Russell, Bob Wachtel, and Steve Sachs. Steve plays at our club all the time. He's there most weeks. Come out and visit. We have a club meeting every Wednesday, every Sunday, and the ABT tournament twice a year. The June Los Angeles Open, by the way, will be June 12 through 15. So please mark your calendars now. Please call your schools and tell them to schedule graduation away from those dates. And all of your relatives should not have any weddings around those dates. Thank you very much. Oh, I will give you back to Alex.
Thank you for all of your efforts, Candace. You do an outstanding job. We have a lot of people that are coming from out of town and in particular out of the country.
Out of the country, New Zealand, England,
Yeah.
Mexico,
Okay,
Nevada.
Tevon Balian is loving the analysis, and Pejman Golshani from Sydney, Australia says, keep it up, Candace. Rory says hello to Candace.
Hello, Rory. I love you.
We miss you, Rory. We hope to see you soon. So Steve has his leftovers from dinner there, and I'm having the people from the chat guess what his leftovers are. So put that in the chat. What do you guys think? Oh, Tevon Balian has played Dirk Schiemann, but I've never played a tournament. Okay. Fantastic. So do you live in Germany as well with Dirk? If he's played against Dirk Schiemann, I
Could
assume
be.
he's or in Europe. Okay, so now it's a 2-0 lead. That's the absolute score. More important is the away score. Are you familiar with the away score, Candace?
I am.
Yeah, so that refers to how far each player is away from their goal of winning the match. This is an 11-point match. With 2 points, Steve is 9 away from that goal, so his away score is 9 away. And with 0 points, Chris is 11 away. So it's 9 away, 11 away. That's the most important thing. You want to know how far you are from the finish line. So now Chris has a 5-3. He can't make the 3-point because he'll break the 8-point. He does bring two checkers down, so he strips the midpoint. Usually you don't want to do that, but when you have an advanced anchor like the 21-point, it's not so bad. So that was a 4-1. Chris steps up to the bar point. It's called this the 7-point. It's called the bar point because it's adjacent to the bar for the new viewers. So, oh, you live in Utah. Just ran into him on Galaxy. Oh, on Galaxy. I see. I think I watched his matches that he plays on Galaxy. Those are fantastic. 3-1 from the bar with 2 checkers. Comes in with both, hitting 1 on the ace point. Sends a 3rd checker back for Chris. Now a 2-6 from the bar. That's a Ray Fogelin. The 2 is forced, and the 6 will come down and make a solid 4 prime. Both players have a solid 4 prime. Steve has 2 checkers back. Chris has 3 checkers back, and there's a midpoint is stripped or is broken for Chris. So Steve rolls a 6-5, bring 1 all the way around. Now a double 2. What would you do? Make the 4-point, Candace? Down and then make the 4-point.
Yes.
Now solid 5 prime. See, that's what I do with my wife. She asks me a question and I say yes. That's the secret to a good marriage. The other secret is just get away from her and play backgammon. That way I have fewer arguments with her when I'm over here than when I'm at home.
Alex, she's on the feed.
She's not. She doesn't watch this stuff. It's only my son. My son likes it. My son likes to come and see Candace. He says, "Is Candace coming? I want to see her." He likes the sparkly checkers.
How old is your son?
Now he's 9.
9
and
years
my
old.
daughter. You may have seen my daughter. Sometimes she comes to the Sundays when my wife picks him up. She's 3. Steve is not hungry with that prime. So, for the viewers that are watching, Candace, what is the most common piece of feedback people say when they come to this tournament? What do they like about this tournament?
Probably they like the way it's very well run and smoothly run. They also like the fact I try to do something different and special almost every time. I've had a golf tournament. I've taken people to the Magic Castle. I bring in backgammon celebrities. Look, I'm from Los Angeles.
It's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. It's all show business, and I do believe that celebrity sells. And that's why you have Dirk Schiemann and Oliver Squire and Martin Barkwell here right now.
Yeah.
Because
And Ryan Rebelo as well, yeah.
Yeah, I court the elites. I want them here. I try to bring people that you wouldn't see elsewhere.
Gigi Goyette is watching on the feed, and she's commenting on Candace's hair. I remember last time Michi was here, and you were getting your hair done, and he needed to get a haircut, so he came with you.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come back with purple hair, but he didn't.
No, but he came back with a very cool haircut.
Very nice haircut. He looked very professional.
I have that photograph. I should.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the story of when I took Michi to dinner? I took him to this restaurant called Michi's Japanese Kitchen.
No.
We took a 30-minute cab ride. We got there, and it was closed. There was somebody inside. It said open on Google, and it was closed. So we took a picture, and then we came back and had dinner at the restaurant here. That's why I don't go anywhere anymore. I just go to the restaurant in here. It's a good restaurant. So 6-5, he's looking. Oh, he's playing around. Some of the checkers have small chips in it. So he can come out with 2. This is the pseudo double falcon. Rory says this is best by 18 millipoints. Oh, Gigi says we all did pink hair one year.
I have that photograph also.
You do?
Every single
Maybe
person in the room.
share that one on Facebook. You know, I've been taking a lot of photographs. There are probably 300-400 photographs by now, and I put them all daily on Facebook. So
Oh, wow.
they'll be able to see that.
You're such an asset.
People, thank you. People really like that.
You're
They like
so
to see
great.
their pictures.
You're so great with this, Alex.
Yeah. I feel like there's a really big backgammon community on Facebook. Double falcon, okay. So now this is a 4-3 for Steve. He's looking to make the 4-point. That's a solid 4 prime, the best 4-point board. That's called the barrel. But it leaves a 6-1, 6-2, 5-2. 4-1, none of the above. So the 1 is forced. And the 4, suppose it'll just come to the 7-point.
What's a double falcon?
The double falcon is what Michi describes in one of his books, where you break an anchor, usually the 20-point anchor, with 2 checkers going out into the opponent's outfield, usually leaving a double direct shot. Usually you do that for lack of better alternatives.
And then I read somebody learned what's bubble whore.
That was a
Now,
story.
wait, I want to make sure everybody understood what I said. Bubble whore. What is bubble whore?
Okay, so this is a story about that. I was playing Steve, I think it was in El Torito or Acapulco when we were playing there in Burbank on Wednesdays, maybe 10 years ago or so. I was playing with a match and I needed a really super joker roll, a double 4. So I said to him, Steve, I'm thinking of a number and it rhymes with bubble whore. And then I rolled it. So that's the story. So now 5-4, he can point on head to just keep him off balance. I think that's the best play. Oh, 5-2, look at that. 6-4, oh my goodness. Steve dances. Now 6-3. So there's the 3. He's going to keep the other one back there, leaving the double 1 and double 2 for a chance to hit a 3rd checker. Now Steve has 2 on the bar against a 3-point board. Rory, you've never heard of bubble whore? Now 5-3 comes in with 1. So now 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Double 1. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hits both checkers, shifts, or you can hit loose. I think I just shift because you're blitzing. This is very reasonable. But I don't know that I like that. I don't want to leave him a shot because then 4 checkers on the bar, I don't really want to get hit back. Oh, he's looking to hit there. I think that's a little too deep.
Sometimes when you get a roll that's so good, you try all
right.
the
Yeah.
alternates because you just can't believe it's
Rory
that
says
good.
shift is best. What's going on here is you're blitzing, okay? You're trying for the closeout, and when you're blitzing, the low interboard point, you don't need the prime anymore.
Yeah,
So it's
gonna
close. It's a 32 millipoint difference. 4-2. Break comes in 1, does not hit. So now Chris has to worry about those things. 3-1. So I think he'll just cover and then play the ace 7 to 6.
You can get in trouble with too many checkers on the bar during your bear up. Eventually, you're
I
going to
mean,
leave a shot.
He may win a backgammon actually with 4 checkers on the bar. Everyone's been talking about Candace's scooter. Did I tell you I showed that to my son and he was laughing so hard he couldn't fall asleep that night. He wants to come and ride the scooter. 6-4 for Steve, can't come in. 6-5. So you're going to cover. There's the 6, and I think he's considering hitting with the 5, but I don't think I'd hit. Yep. So now he's deciding on that, so he wants to make the 3-point, so we can make it with 3s, 4s, and 5s, but that just made it play. Well, double 4s would have worked anyway. 6-2 cannot come in, but double 3s works this way. 5-1. Okay, so now he's just trying to maximize his coverability. So now he has direct 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s for the 3-point. 6-3 comes in with 1. I feel like Chris is a favorite here. What do you think, Candace? 2.
We'll see. I always bet on Steve.
Steve needs a bubble tree.
I never would bet against Steve Sachs.
So now he's going to have an awkward double 6. Steve's looking for 3. No. 4-1. At least it was a 4-1. 5-1. Okay, so now he'll have to play behind. I guess play to the ace. That'll give him an ace to play to lift, to bring one off the board. Or you can play this. I don't think either of these two plays are significantly superior than the other. 6-4 still can't come in. 4-1. Okay, so now yeah, I think you said Ian said Chris had multiple blunders in a row. I think it was just the game plan idea of shifting, blitzing with a shift versus hitting loose. I think the loose hits were a little bit of an overplay against that board. Yeah, it's a terrifying bear off. 5-1, Steve cannot come in. Now 2-1, so he can bear off 2 checkers, or he can pick and pass, or he can clear. So that's going to leave a blot with double 5s or double 6s next. 5-4, he cannot come in. 3-2, okay, so that's a pick and pass, I think for sure. What's plan B? Just bear it off without hitting? Okay, now 5 on the bar. 6-2, comes in high. I think Chris has some backgammon chances here. With 4 checkers on the bar. He does have a 4-point board with a gap in it. Double 6 brings everything in. So that probably saves the backgammons. Unless he rolls 3 sets. Yeah, I like that's a little bit better for the race. So
Did Steve want to come in with all of them? Wouldn't he have liked to keep one up on the bar?
yeah, I mean he would have liked to come in
Okay.
with double 3. So, yeah, that double 6. Tevon Balian is saying, wow, for that double 6. Now double 4, so that's completely forced. And it's, I think the gammon is gin, so Chris is going to take a 4-2 lead. 7 away, 9 away. So doubling strategy in a match is very different than in a money game. Checker plays as well, but especially doubling cube decisions. Hello, welcome. Please join us if you like. Okay. That game was back and forth.
So, Alex, you've done a lot of preparation for this streaming weekend, but you also own a clinic. So how much of your day do you spend on backgammon? How much of your day?
That's what a lot of people ask me. I'm able to, like, while I'm waiting between patients, I do this stuff, and like I save stuff. So like I'll record a video and it'll be processing for like 30 minutes while I'm seeing a patient. It's all about multitasking, you know. So let's see. We've got 58 people watching. Thank you to everyone for watching. 7 likes. I think we can get more likes.
Come on, smash that like button, people.
Yeah.
Please smash that like button.
Some of the things that people really like on the live feed is the board as large as possible to make it easier to see. And I've used the larger dice to make that easy to see. And I've put some matte or dulling spray so that reduces the glare. Also, people really like the player cam and the commentator cam. So we've set that up. It's kind of a major pain. Hey, Matthew, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome. You want to join us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Switch
should
with
be on
me.
YouTube? Oh, shit.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Candace. Good to
Oh,
see you.
I'll thank you
Okay,
for
I'll come,
having
I'll
me.
come.
My pleasure.
I'll switch with you.
Okay, girls, turn on your YouTube and take a look at this.
All right. We've got Matthew. Hi, Matthew. How are
Hey,
you?
how you doing?
Good. Did you play your match?
Yeah, I was down 6-0 to Nazi, came back, I won 9-6.
Girls.
You
he's
played
not
Nazi?
21 yet.
Yeah.
How old are you?
17.
Yeah, 17. You got that? Look at this.
So what was it? They didn't let you play in Sweden
Look
or
at this
something
punim.
because of your age? What was the
Oh,
issue?
yeah, they didn't let me play?
17.
Or there
I
was
was
like a
allowed to play.
certain
Why?
certain tournament or one of the tournaments you couldn't play?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who
I thought
said
that was
that?
an issue. Maybe it was somebody else. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Can you hand me the far water, please?
Yeah.
I think that one was mine. Thank you.
This is a pretty good match right here.
Yeah.
Got Steve Saxon, Chris Trencher.
Do you know Steve? Do you know Chris?
Yeah. Two very good players
Yeah.
here.
Slappy
A lot
Joe.
to learn.
Yeah.
Slappy Joe, Ian Terry.
Ian Terry, yeah. So, you enjoying the tournament?
Yeah, I'm
You're-
enjoying it.
You're playing in what, advanced?
Yeah.
So you've had how many matches today?
I had 2 today. I won both.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Both come back from behind. You
Oh,
know?
very good.
The key is you got to wait a long time to give a massive pass or talk about the disadvantages of your position when it's a monster drop and trick them into taking and then gammon them.
Yeah. Some people like
That's
to
the
take.
key.
All right,
I
so
do
now Chris is doubling with Steve on the bar. So he has 4s and 2s to hit with a 3-point board, but Steve
Oh.
has a 2-point board.
Steve is doubling here.
No, Chris is
Oh.
blue.
Blue is doubling red with red on the bar.
Correct.
Here.
Yeah.
I had 4-2.
I think you can still take this one.
I think it's a
because-
take. Yeah.
Yeah. No other blocks.
It's a good double though. I think double take.
There's still that that final checker back. 2 blots in Steve's outfield.
There is some gammon potential though, but he's down 4-2 in the match score, so I think it's still a take.
Yep. They're transcribing this, so let us know, Ian. Is this a double? What would you do? Tell us in the chat, everyone. Would you take this? 4-2, 9.
7 away, 9 away. The key is not to look at the absolute score; it's to look at the away score.
you
Learn
learned.
from
Good,
you,
good.
yeah.
Huge take, maybe not a double. Oh, he passes.
Steve tends to pass more takes than he takes drops.
I see. Double take is clear.
Not a terrible
according to me.
drop though.
I don't know. I think it was
I think it's a small take, but not a terrible drop.
big double. Ian says big double, big take. How much of an error was it to take that, to pass that, Ian? Excuse me. Rory is accurate. Thank you, Dice Man USA. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you're in Texas, in Houston. All right, 6-4 from the bar. So the 4 is forced, and now you can come out the 24 point, or you can come out to
I
the
would come out to
16
the 15.
15 point. Yeah, I think I might have come out to the 24 point. I don't know. Oh, 0.13. Yeah.
I think you should play 29 here, 6-5,
Right.
and that's what he
Very
does.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But he's got 5-1. It's kind of blurry, hard to see the dice.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glare, but yeah.
Yeah, just split the back checkers.
There you go.
Yeah,
6-5.
6-5. You can either run or make his 3-point.
I think I make the 3.
I think I make the 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
So because you don't want that blot there, because he might get hit with a flash out with a 7 or an 8.
that's right. Oh, he's looking at this.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's an error.
We'll see. Let me go. I'm gonna go help him center the baffle box. You can continue for 1 minute. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
should I continue?
Please do.
All right. We've got a 6-3 here. He slots the bar point and should slot the 5-point, I believe. That's what he does. Steve should make the bar point with the 6-2, clearly. Steve is counting the race, one of the fastest pip counters. He can count it in about 4 seconds. Should double hit with the 6-1. Double 4 comes in both from the bar. Slot the 4-point, bring one down. For 1, he's kind of got to stack the 6-point unproductive roll. Double 5, you can run now.
So is he ahead in the
I
race
think
now?
Chris should be ahead in the race, I believe. He's counting.
80, 106, 107 for red, right?
107 for red, and then blue's got 18, 20, 32, 42, 73 plus 26, 99 for blue. So Chris is up 8 pips. Now Steve should be up 2 after the roll.
That was a 6-4.
Yep.
Double 5. That's
Double
a
5. That's a monster
bumble
roll. Now he's
jive.
up like 18 pips. And he's going to send the cube if Steve doesn't roll something good.
The
like
other thing
that.
is Steve's position is very awkward with
Yeah,
all
he
those
has
checkers.
some wastage because he has a big stack on the 6-point. Now Chris is up 10 pips. I believe he will double.
The other issue is when you have all those checkers on the 7-point like Steve does.
It's
anytime-
inefficient.
Yeah,
because
you
if
roll
you
big
roll
numbers.
like a 6, you have to go to the ace point and it's wastage. I
Exactly.
think this is going to be a pass, actually.
Yep. We'll see. Let's see. He's worrying about my skills. He says I'm tired. I'm tired not because of all this. It's because my kids wake me up. Like I have to go home.
Adam?
Oh yeah, like the kids are sick, so by the time I get home, it's pretty late, and they're sick. Like my daughter's sleeping in my bed with my wife because she's sick, so I'm sleeping downstairs on the couch. Yeah, even though he's behind the score, it's a big pass.
Should
So
be a
Steve
big pass, yeah.
Correctly passed.
Because there's no gammons here.
No, and also it's a pass. They need
Yeah,
to
it's a
pause
pass
the
anyway,
clock.
yeah.
Oh no, so they did pause.
they paused it, they paused it.
I'm looking at this screen for.
So now Chris is leading 5 away, 9 away.
So Michi calls 5 away the stupid score,
I think he's got about a 3-1 favorite, something like that at this score.
something like that. 6-5.
6-5, easy run to 13. He'll make the 4-point.
Very good. Perfect play thus far in this game.
Thus far, yes.
6-4. Now you've got to run.
He's going to run because he's up in the race.
Yeah, and he only has 1 checker back. That's very big. 4-3. So now you split with a 3
You
and come
split
down.
the back checkers and come down.
I don't know that I would go there.
No, I think you do the other split. It's a minor
That's the
minor
one.
error.
4-3 will make the 10.
Make the
point.
10-point.
Yeah,
Not a bad roll.
it's a good roll. That's one of the benefits of playing a 6-4 like that. You have rolls like 4-3, 5-4, and 3-2 that'll make an outfield point. Now 5-2.
5-2 he can run, but I don't think he will. Just slot the 5-point and bring one down to the 11. Or he
brings
plays,
2
he plays 2 down?
Maybe he doesn't want to leave a blot.
What's the issue with slotting the 5-point? Oh,
If
because he
you-
might leave a shot on the
yeah,
shake.
if
He doesn't
you-
want to
yeah.
leave a blot, I see.
4-2.
4-2 makes
so
the
does he
20.
Anchor, okay. And just keeps his checkers spread out. 30, 60, 80,
I don't think
and
this is a
50. It's
double.
132 for red. 75,
What's the race?
15, 125, 135, 141. Double 1. Okay, so this is awkward.
It's an unproductive roll. Now he's got the big stack on the 6-point.
And everyone who's not on there, but please join the Los Angeles Backgammon.
Yes, please
Facebook
join the Facebook group.
Yeah, so I put all the social media on there. So you'll see the pictures. I do the 1-minute interview videos. I did that one with you too today, right?
Yeah, we did 3 questions.
That was fun. What
That was
were-
fun, yeah.
So, do you remember what the questions were? So,
It was like, what do you like about backgammon? Like, what were the other questions? Oh,
How'd you get
how
into-
do you improve?
Yeah, how did you get
How'd you get
improve?
in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were having a contest to see what the viewers think Steve is eating in his leftovers. Do you see that on the table? He has his leftover food. I said, Steve, you just went to dinner. And he's like, yeah, I had some leftovers. I don't want it to go to waste. So those in the chat, everyone try to guess what Steve's leftovers are. I don't know where he went to dinner. Did they go to Daily Grill?
I don't know. I went somewhere upstairs. I think I saw.
Oh, I see. Is Daily Grill open at night?
Oh, I believe so. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not sure.
Whose board is this, Dimitri? This
Whose
this
board?
is a
It's a very nice board.
custom-made Gunduz Gunez board.
Steve's looking to double here.
Yeah, this is my board, Dimitri. You like the board? I mean, I chose it. This is an FM
It's a
Gammon
beautiful
board.
board. Yeah, FM Gammon.
You can change the surfaces. So I put this surface specifically for maximum contrast with the gray with black and white, with a bright red and blue checkers. Hopefully it shows up okay. These blue turquoise checkers are actually, they look better in person, don't you think, Matthew? You've played on this board.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they look really nice. The
Beautiful
stream-
board.
Yeah, the stream, the colors on the stream don't show us.
Yeah, it looks
True.
much nicer in person.
Yeah. All right, 4-2. So now it's 6-3. 5 away, 8 away.
8 away, 5 away. 8 away is a very sensitive score. Any time you get it to an even away score, it's very sensitive because a 4-cube gammon wins the match perfectly.
Yes, very
Or a
good.
2-cube gammon gets you to 4 away, which is a very sensitive score. Odd away scores are less valuable. Like Chris's 5 away, like 3 away, those are not such valuable scores.
Yes,
You want to try to get to valuable scores
very
as
good.
it impacts the cube action.
You're learning a lot.
Yeah.
Do you ever study in school too, or just backgammon?
No school, just
No,
backgammon.
backgammon, okay. Oh, you have the same cups. Oh yeah, I think so. So I think these cups I actually got from Gunduz, Dimitri. So I think your board is the Gunduz. So that's coming apart. Well, that'll happen. To be honest, I don't really use the cups. I have other cups as well, and I usually just use a baffle box. And I'll tell you multiple reasons why. The primary reason why I prefer using a baffle box is because it's faster. And when we play our weekly tournaments, if you play a match and finish it faster, if you lose,
You can buy back.
You can buy back.
And you don't have to rebuy the side pool, so it's a great deal.
Yeah, but if you're using a baffle box, the match finishes
It goes
faster.
faster,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
have an extra chance for buying back.
Correct.
But I also like it because it hurts my arms when I shake it too much because I use my hands at
Oh,
work
I see, yeah.
a lot. And the dice get cocked a lot less. You don't roll them off the board. I usually don't, but like you have opponents that just like roll it like it's a bowling ball, you know?
You'd be busy touching people's skin at work.
Yeah.
Skin doctor here.
No, like doing injections,
Oh,
and like with
injections.
lasers and things like
Yeah.
that. You use the forearms a lot. Maybe I should go get a massage. There's a massage therapist.
Yeah, there
here.
is. There's a massage therapist.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Maybe, yeah. I can commentate for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Why
how do
not?
you
Why
think?
not?
How do you think Matthew?
How do you
is
think I'm doing? Yeah.
How is Matthew doing on the commentary, you guys, on the stream, on the live chat? Please let us know. That's like one of my favorite things about watching, is you get to watch the match and there's a live chat with the commentary, so it's very interactive.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard for people like Ian and Rory to chat because they're doing the transcription. So 3-1. Oh,
They say I'm doing good.
very
Look.
good, very good. Come
Tevin,
on.
Ian.
Ian,
Yeah.
great job, Matthew. Next Super Grandmaster. Thank you, Slappy Joe. Is that like Sloppy Joe? Slappy Joe. It's an
Slappy
A, it's
Joe.
An A. Does that mean you slap people around?
Yeah.
Why is it called Slappy Joe? Rory is better than Ian. All right, we're going to have a match on my YouTube channel between Rory and Ian. Are you guys up to it? Who do you think would win a match on my YouTube channel between Rory and Ian?
You know what? I think the dice will win.
The dice will win?
Not either of them. The dice will win.
All right. So let's take a vote. Rory and Ian are going to play a match on my YouTube channel. Who will win? 1 for Rory, 2 for Ian. Oh, Gigi likes it. She just slow down a little bit. Chris is catching up in the PR race. Even Rory is better than Ian. One time I invited Dimitri to join me for a video. He said no thank you. And I've been crying since then. I go to bed crying every night. I will play Ian. I used to play with Ian on Joe Russell's online Chouette.
You think this is a cube here? 8 away, 5 away? Chris is on
let's
the bar.
See.
Steve is looking to
Gigi
double.
Goyette thinks that Rory would beat Ian. Chris is on the bar.
Chris is on the bar. I don't think it's a bad double at this score. 8 away, 5 away.
That checker on the 3-point is really bad.
Yeah, I don't like the check on the
He doesn't like the
3-point.
format. I can understand that. It's no problem. I was just joking. Change the format. Let me know what format you'd like to do, and we'll do it. What I'd really like to do is actually, I invited Roberto Litzenberger to talk about the Players' Cup, and I'd love to have you, Dimitri, come and talk about the BMAB because I'd like to promote the BMAB. I know. Do you know who Dmitry Obukov is? He does all the stuff with the BMAB.
No, I don't. I didn't do the BMAB. Maybe I should next time. So Steve doubles here. I think it should be a take, even at this match score. That's what he does.
Dima is the man, yeah. He does a lot. I really appreciate his contributions. I see all his stuff, like when people play the BMAB, he puts the results on there. I recently saw the results of the Ganud Cup and the BMAB in Miami. There were some strong players there. It was a small no double and an easy take.
He should make the 3-point with a 3. Not sure what he's thinking about.
Okay.
Steve's looking for a 6-2 or double deuces. There it is,
6-2.
6-2.
Look at you. You
Points
just
on
have
head
to
on the
say it.
4-point. You just have to say it because the dice has ears.
Hello, John Vitor. How are you?
I just beat Larry Schiller.
Oh, very good. Mary,
Oh, very
maybe
good.
Larry.
0.
Can Larry come?
11-0,
Beat
nice.
Larry Schiller 11-0. But he gave me a lot of very
All right,
racing
so
cues, which
who would like to hear Larry Schiller on the commentary? Can you ask
Maybe
him
you
to
should
come?
take my seat.
Yeah, can you ask him to come, please?
Please.
Yeah.
I can. if you want.
Larry Schiller is my good friend. He's the voice of Backgammon.
I'll see you,
Who
everybody.
won? Thank you,
I gotta
Matthew.
go.
Thank you, Matthew. Who's excited about Larry Schiller coming and joining us? If you're excited, say 1. If you're not excited, 2. You excited for Larry Schiller? His voice is louder than mine. 5-2. You can make the ace point. You can bring 2 down. Dimitri agrees with Jesus. 1, 2, 3. We're having 1s and 2s. Jesus Ibarra. Okay. Very good. Well, I'm hoping he can come. I don't know. They're going to track him down to see. He was going to join the commentary earlier, but we had a number of other people already. We had a full table with Ryan Rebelo, Joe Russell, and Neil Kazaros. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Welcome. And is that the man? Is that Hello, Mr. Larry
After the
Schiller.
operation.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Alex.
How
nice
are you
to
doing?
be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you so
We're
much.
Happy to
It's
have
my
you
honor.
on the stream. You do some outstanding streams. Thank you for all your work, and we're happy to have you in Los Angeles. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm sure I'm going to commentate a lot better than I play. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
So, hi, Terry. And so we have a match here. Steve Sachs versus Chris Trencher, two intermediate players here in L.A. And I believe the home board looks to be on the right. So,
Correct.
unless there was a snake game going on before this.
So Ian Terry is saying hello to Larry.
Hi, Ian. Hey, Ian. Let's hear it for Houston. Let's go, Houston.
And Dimitri says, how did I do in the BMAB? I don't know. I actually just played one match because they were missing a person, so Jeb asked me to play it, so I have no idea. I was pretty tired, so probably didn't even play that well. I played against my friend Frank Lay.
And Alex, I just want to say thank you for everything you do for Backgammon.
My pleasure.
It's really the world. Backgammon world
Enjoy
is blessed to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So
and
that's a 5-4-4. It looks like
for
Chris Trencher. His light is on at the bottom.
That's
They're
how you
using
know. That's
baffle
good.
box.
Because with the baffle box, it can be awfully confusing.
Yeah.
So what is Chris thinking about? He's like, I got to roll a 6. In the meantime, what am I going to do?
5-2. Is he going to hit loose?
Well, I think you probably want to hit loose. I mean, the race is pretty close. I mean, red's actually probably, I don't know, what's the race? Can we do the race? Let's do it. All right. I don't know.
66,
He's not.
75, 199 for blue.
And-
So that's 46, 66, 72 for red.
Oh, so red.
Red is ahead.
Red is ahead, so he doesn't have to hit. But should he? I mean, is there some gammon opportunity
Yeah, I
there?
mean, there is that gap on Chris's 5 point.
Yep. It's
He is
not that
behind in the
dangerous
match.
to hit.
That is a 4, maybe a 2.
Yeah.
Red was up 26 before the roll.
Well, we definitely have the glow in this game going on.
Yeah, I think there's some hot spots below and above, but if the dice come out in the center, it's okay.
All right, so
4-1.
okay. Well, there you go.
Oh,
should've
Steve
been
should
able
have
to
hit
figure it out.
loose.
It says that.
Does it look? Ian's doing the transcription.
Oh, Ian, nice.
Does it look pink to you on your screen? They're red checkers. Maybe it's the lighting.
All right. All right, 5-1 for who's got the clock going? That's for
That's
Steve.
for Steve. So 5-1. He's gonna play safe.
He's playing safe. Let him jump out.
He's 66, 69.
He does not have a way to hit. He could leave a checker in the outfield in
96,
case.
90, 69 to 96.
I mean, it's way ahead. Why would you? I guess it's the
Yeah.
gammon thing, probably.
3-2.
Oh, you have better
Or
eyesight
is that
than I
a
do.
4-3? Maybe it's a 4-3.
Yeah, 4-3 makes sense because how do
Yeah.
you play that?
Like, oh, it's a
5-3.
5-3. Okay.
He didn't make the 1 point. Interesting. He's bringing his checkers in. He's getting ready. All
It
right.
looks like a coral color.
Ooh, nice coral.
So hard to do what over the board, Tevon? I don't know what you're talking about.
Play backgammon
Yeah.
over the board.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
hard.
It is hard.
Playing backgammon over the board is a really tough thing. It's just as hard as online. How about that? All right, here we go. 5-3.
5-3.
Two checkers come off.
Two off. Yeah, that for sure. And he's thinking about how safe he should play.
Oh, don't worry about it. Risk is overrated sometimes. Let's go. Ooh, there's a 6.
6-2.
There's a 6.
There's a
6-2. Okay, it's a 6-2.
I think he's just buried in the race. So what is it?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
he's so
and play
far
back.
behind. Why not play for the 6-5? And
Oh,
the
there's
4-2.
a 4-2.
Oh, what a painful roll.
Well, both sides have close
Oh.
boards.
Yeah. That's good, Alex.
We have the red
That's the only
checkers.
good thing you can say about Chris's position right now.
We have the red checkers playing the blue checkers is perfect in an election year.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even
All
think
right.
about
How many
that.
double sixes does Chris need to even have a chance? Whoa. All right. Anyway, Chris is leading 6-3. So we're 5 away, 8 away.
And it's going to be 6-5 after this.
And it will.
5 away, 6 away, most likely.
Was it a good cube that Steve made earlier in the game? Do you like his cube?
I think they're doing it. They're doing the transcription, so they'll let us know later.
All right. Ian will let us know. Oh, Chris is winning the PR battle. Chris is a great player. His he he hasn't won that many tournaments.
Yeah.
But I think he wins the Masters and the jackpots
So
and stuff.
what I wanted you to do is between the games, you were telling me the story of how you got the name, the voice of Backgammon. So
Oh,
tell us
that's-
for the streamers, the viewers, please.
All right. Well, it
Chris
was,
is taking a break, so go ahead and tell us that story. I'll be right back.
all right.
'Cause
Alex,
I heard it already.
Alex has set me up to tell the story. It's all right. We're taking a break, and Steve Sachs, Chris Trencher, round 2, open first round. And anyway, the story, voice of Backgammon. I was in Monte Carlo, I think maybe 15 years ago, and Phil Simborg. I just started taking lessons with Phil Simborg at the Backgammon Learning Center, and Phil said, "Come to Monte Carlo." I said, "Okay," and he's doing commentary on the finals with Falafel, great personality of Backgammon, passed away a couple of years ago from brain cancer, but Falafel was there, just a funny guy, dry sense of humor, and a personality to which there are very few like Falafel and Backgammon. Anyway, so make a long story interminable, Phil and Falafel are doing the commentary, and Falafel gets called away from a match, and Phil yells out to the peanut gallery. I mean, it's like, I don't know, hundreds to thousands of people, both online and in person, and hundreds to thousands, not hundreds of thousands. We hope to see that soon. Anyway, so I raise my hand and say, "Phil, how about me?" Now, I had a radio show in New York, so I do have experience making a fool of myself in public. And Phil has the same quality, actually. So he said, "Larry Schiller, why would we bring you in? You're just starting and taking lessons. What do you know about this game?" Admittedly, nothing, and that really hasn't changed that much to this day. But he said, "Come on up here." And I started doing commentary, and I really enjoy it. And so did actually a lot of people listening, and they never heard of me, curious about me. And Phil told me about the comments later, and I said, "Yeah, I really enjoyed it." And I asked him, I said, "Well, Phil, are you like the voice of Backgammon? Like, is this something you do at a lot of Backgammon tournaments?" And he looked at me, he says, "Well, I do it occasionally." He said, "But I love that." He said, "You should be the voice of Backgammon." He said, "I'll support you." So with Phil's support, emotional support, I got started and was started work with a lot of tournament directors in the U.S. and overseas. And I've been doing it, since then. Love going to tournaments and doing the commentary, losing in the tournament itself. But people have been telling me my game's been getting better, and I've been winning a little bit more. And I think I really owe a great debt of gratitude to people like Steve Sachs and Chris Trencher, who are these super grandmasters that I learned so much from watching them play, and also hearing their banter as they come and sit.
Yeah.
So great,
I feel like, do you feel like you've improved just by doing the commentary and you learn and watch?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the commentators, lousy players like myself, and then great players like I saw Neil Casaros was here before, and Joe Herman and Joe Russell and other people. I have my own opinion, and I listen to theirs, and it's like, oh, gee, I never thought of that, and oh, that's a reference position. Oh, cool. And so they bring up all this stuff. It happened today with Jonas Seawald. He was looking at a position where there's a prime, but the 1 and 2 points are open, and there's two checkers there, and what's the right play, and what's as a function of the opponent's home board, just stuff like that I hadn't considered before that he's considering. And you got so you're doing I'm watching Alex multitask on the computer here. I'm going to learn a lot about streaming now from Alex.
Well, you're the one that does all the live stream too, So I saw recently you were in Jamaica. That looked like a lot of fun. How was that?
Jamaica is a blast. If you're considering visiting Jamaica, Ocho Rios, there are 2 tournaments a year there, but and I went to both in 2024. There's the Jamaican International Backgammon Championship. It happens the last week in September in Jamaica. And I went this year, and boy, did I have fun. That is a great, great fun place. There's, the hotel, the Riu Hotel, where a lot of people stay, is a great hotel. It's one of these all-inclusive places. And there were some good players there, but there weren't too many good players there because I came in second in the Open, and my doubles team with Frank Talbot came in second.
Oh, fantastic!
So we had a nice run. So the player pool obviously wasn't very good if that was the case, but I think better players are starting to show up now. Michi was there, Akiko was there, so there were some.
David Wells there.
David Wells was there as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Phil Simborg was there.
Phil Simborg was there. I know, but he's changing the conversation. But yeah, no, Phil Simborg was there. We always have a good time with Phil. So Jamaica's a great place, and Joey Issa, who sponsors it.
He does a great job.
He does a great job, really well-run tournament, and he wants to turn it into an ABT event.
Wow, I wonder if that's possible, given it's outside the United States.
It's real. Yeah, I've talked to John Perner and other folks, and it's possible. But you know what the number one hurdle is going to be, which is
turnout.
The turnout. They got to get at least 40 players, I think, in the Open.
Oh, okay. So what do they get now?
It was in the 30s.
Okay,
I don't
so they're
think
getting close.
They're getting close. They need, and they may need a track record.
Okay.
So I just mentioned that because if you're looking for a wonderful vacation with your significant other or just by yourself and want to get away, Ocho Rios, the Jamaican International Backgammon Championship, is just a great choice.
So this is fantastic. I know you've traveled to a lot of exotic places for backgammon tournaments, and I suspect other things too. But what are some of the other venues or locations that you've enjoyed traveling to?
Well, I've had the good fortune to travel for many different endeavors. So backgammon is certainly one. But I also play violin and had the good fortune to to perform with orchestras all over the world. So
really?
I played in places that I never heard of before. So there's a place called Apia, Western Samoa.
Wow.
I think I don't know if it's still called that actually, because it was a few decades ago that I was there. I played in a symphony orchestra, and it was the only symphony orchestra that had ever performed in Western Samoa.
Wow.
And 5,000, I didn't know there were that many people. 5,000 people turned out to see that concert.
Is that the entire population?
I think it was double the entire population. Yeah, maybe they were counting dolphins, too. I don't know.
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
Yeah, of course I've been to New Orleans.
Because
oh my
Rory
gosh.
said there may be another tournament in New Orleans in 2025.
No, it's going to be underwater. How could they do that? Now we're going to have to get Rory's scuba, equipment to make that happen.
Who's gonna organize that tournament, Rory? Rory said that, so I'm asking him maybe he'll answer on the chat.
And he calls it New Orleans. I like that, Rory. You got the Texas accent going, for the Southern accent, Southern drawl. I don't know who's going to run New Orleans. I don't know what the venue would be. But that's, by the way, that's the biggest issue with us expanding
finding
ABT.
A venue.
Is finding a venue. So if any there, we have a lot of chat going on. If anybody knows a venue in a fairly major city where there's a backgammon club, that's the biggest hurdle. We can find a venue. We'll have an ABT tournament there.
Rory's working hard to get back a venue in Las Vegas, so.
Yeah, Las Vegas has been
luck.
tough. No, what we need is just another great recession, and then it'll work out.
Hello to John Georgiou from the UK. He's asking how the Brits are doing. Well, it's really Oliver Squire. I don't know if Martin Barpole is playing, but Oliver Squire is in the finals of the Super Jackpot. Do you know how many Super Jackpots he's won? So I told him next year we're going to name the Super Jackpot after Oliver Squire. We're going to call it the Oliver Squire Super Jackpot because he wins it all the time.
How about that? All right, here we go. We got Chris has a 3-2.
And Rory's looking for Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah, Boston, definitely. Good, Rory.
But I wouldn't do Boston in the winter. It's like so cold.
Well, we'll stay indoors and enjoy the snow.
Yeah.
I love Boston.
Jimmy DeRozier. Hannah's dad is watching. Do you know Hannah? She hangs out with Bill Riles on his streams.
3-1 for
Okay, so he's got to come
Steve.
in with the 1 and then down with the 3. Yeah.
Yeah. He took his time, though. I wonder what he was thinking about.
Well, he was considering coming in with the 3 and then doing something else with the 1. Now Chris has the rack. 6-3 for Steve. He can make the 5-point or he can hit. Or he can make the bar point.
He's got 3 good plays and probably a couple of not so good plays.
I mean, I think I would hit. You're
sure.
getting primed in. You have 2 checkers back. You get one halfway home there. You send the 3rd checker back. The 3s that hit are duplicated to enter. Oh, Hannah is awake. Say hello to Hannah. We really enjoy watching her on the stream.
Yeah. Well, another perspective on this is that if you're going to do prime versus prime, but red has an advantage in that game plan. But backgammon's a race, and you want to win that first. So
this is true.
there you go. But the problem with red is it's going to be tough to attack in the home board without Blot sitting there in the outfield. So that's the downside. But nothing's perfect. And the 5-4 is not going to do anything for you anyway. So there you go. Now, is this ugly time? Looks like ugly time.
It's always fun to be in here with these people.
Hey, John.
Gigi Goyette says Merry
John
Christmas,
Peter.
Happy Holidays. Hello to
Ooh.
John Vitor.
What happened with Gigi? She was supposed to play in the tournament here. What's
She
going on?
says hello. She's watching on the live stream and she'll return tomorrow. I think she went shopping. I don't know.
Shopping. She has to be here to work. What's she doing?
Double ones for Chris. That's a great roll. I mean, clearly the bar and clearly the 3 points. Now, what am I missing?
Maybe he's thinking about making the 21 point.
And why, if you can make the bar?
Bring back the voice of Backgammon.
The voice of Backgammon. Let's bring it
Oh,
back.
Ryan.
No, I'm good.
You want to come and say hello?
No, Larry's got her.
You want to take my seat?
Ryan.
You really want me to?
Yeah.
Ryan
People
wants
wanna
to
hear
jump in.
Ryan Rebelo.
All right, Alex, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to play
I'm
the
here the
next
whole time,
round.
but I like to have the guests.
Hey, Ryan.
What's going on, Larry?
It's never been better now that you're here.
We gotta bring back the voice of Backgammon, man.
What happened to the voice of Backgammon?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the guy. You're the guy.
Why, I thought he's back.
He's back.
Ryan, did
So-
you win your match?
I did. Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right, Ryan's on a roll. All right, so
Come
here
out.
we go.
Oh, you have to come out
So Ryan wants to come out to the bar.
from the back. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes good sense. Good.
This
And-
play sort of stacks him up for no reason. You'd rather come out.
Well, let's see what happens.
What is that?
5 and something.
Well, 2-5 will be played already.
Oh, 1-5.
1-5. Okay. That sucks, right?
Huh. Go figure. 5-3. All right.
That's not a good roll. Now what? Maybe
It's
just
kinda blocked in.
bring 2 down, fade the 6, and if he fades the 6, you got a good game. I don't see anything else. I'm not going to the ace point, that's for sure.
Well, you could also look at hitting.
Nah,
So, well, we can reject it out of hand, or we can just look at the possibility of it because blue, Chris, has a better board, and he's behind. So
yeah, but you're
those
playing.
are-
You want to play a priming game here. You have the priming structure. You want to
and
bring
that's
2
the
down and
alternative,
make
right?
the
Is to
5
do
prime.
the prime, and yeah, this looks better.
Good play, Chris.
Priming is going to work better for blue since blue's way behind in the race.
4-1. That's a bad roll. Makes the bar.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, do you want to move up?
No, you must make the bar.
So if you, and he's making the play. Ryan is, by the way, as you could tell, has very low confidence in what he thinks the right play is. So we want to make sure Ryan starts to, strengthen his ego a little bit here because, we want the audience to really know what you think about this.
3-1 just makes the 10 points. It's better than stepping up.
So and that's a broken 5 prime,
It's strong.
which is pretty strong, right?
I love the blot on the ace point. Definitely diminishes that value, but it's still a prime.
And there's a 4-2, which is going to be played. You want to
Just
slot the prime.
I would slot, yeah.
Slot the inside of the prime.
It's usually the right idea to do that.
Now you could blitz here
Nah, you can't.
because you have 5s and 6s to get out,
Yeah,
and you
but
have that blot sitting on the.
I understand, but
On the
that's
midpoint.
the blot kicking around is the same sort of merits for just slotting the point, right?
Yeah, the danger with hitting is he could come in with a 3. So there's that. But if he hits with a 2, you can come back and hit with a 1, get a second checker back, and that's pretty cool. So Chris is doing this
He
for
will not
safety.
slot.
So goes play safe.
Oh,
Oh, what a
what a
1-6! Look at that! Oh my gosh, that's the roll. We didn't talk about preventing that from happening. 5-3 almost hits.
That's, are you,
Steve Sachs has been known to do that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jump from behind the prime like that. That's good.
Only Steve Sachs.
are we?
No
are
one
we?
else.
Are we cubing here, Larry? As the
I've
right
never done
guys?
that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
just rolled a
let's
nice
cube.
1-6. You got to count the race first.
oh my God! No, the race red's. I think. Well, what is the race?
It may be closer than you think it is.
It looks exactly the same to me. I don't know. You're counting?
I'm not counting. No.
You know.
30,
Ryan.
40, 50.
John's counting. But it's not just the race though. And at this score, it's pretty close to, let's just do what we need to do. But red has a much better game here, no question.
110. 109. So red has 110 right now.
Oh, red has 110, and what is blue?
I haven't done blue yet.
Okay.
He's moving and checkers.
I know, right? It's life difficult.
30, 24.
So
Well, 60 and
now-
44 is 104.
now I would
It's
keep
120. What was red?
110. Red was
So-
110.
So he's actually blue's 10 pips ahead.
the chat is just, yeah. Wait, blue's ahead? Are you sure about that?
No, but I think so.
If
Red's
blue was
ahead.
if blue was ahead by 10, Steve will have
Red,
double.
you just told me blue had 120 and red has 1.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Red is ahead.
Red's ahead by 10.
So then it's a double and an easy take,
Yeah,
which means it was a cube last time, by the way.
yeah.
So Steve probably missed one there. Does the chat say you missed? Either they do indeed say he missed.
Somebody didn't like the cube with the checker on the one.
Okay, well, what are you doing now? You have two options, right? Make the ace or do this, and I would do this. Because now you have the spares to make the point that really counts. Okay. So Chris has got to figure out if he wants to keep that guy on the 16 point or not.
Well, it's good right now. It's not good anymore.
I would just make the 9 point here.
Yeah, it's
I realize you're giving an ace shot.
you're safe.
Exactly,
because,
yeah. You got a 5 prime. It's going to be hard for blue to win from
This
here.
is
even
prime
after it
versus
hit.
prime.
Oh,
This is
that's a
prime
good roll,
versus
though.
prime.
What is he doing? It's 2-6.
No, blue is in terrible shape. Blue's
I know, but blue just played 1-6 when he had a 2. I'm sorry.
What? He had a world 1-5. Okay, well, there's the
Sorry,
ace.
2-5.
wow. All right, if he can get out,
Don't know how
it's
to
going to be
pull that
tough.
off.
It's going to be really tough for blue.
Yeah, he needs a couple
Just-
6s and 3s and 3-6.
What was that? What does he need, Brian?
And that's what he
He
needed.
made an illegal play.
Wow.
He had 2-5 when he had a 1-5.
No, he didn't make an illegal play. Well, that
Okay.
just hits off the edge.
No, you got to hit him. Let's go.
Look how 4 of 1s are duplicated. That's a nice little
Oh,
bonus.
that's a little bonus. That would have made a difference.
I mean, it's not like you're hitting anyway, right?
Yeah.
But it's a nice little bonus.
That's
or
right.
whatever
Yeah,
it
that's
said.
good. That's nice. I think you said that. So, wow, this is great.
Oh,
I love
boy.
this kind of game. It's really exciting.
Yeah, Chris's might be a favorite now. Okay, well,
Mm.
You want to duplicate your own 6s?
no, not really. So maybe just give yourself 2s instead.
This is
Interesting.
really, yeah, wow.
Just go ahead and go 9-7.
Because you don't want to duplicate your own 6s, right?
Otherwise, you go 5.
Yeah, but I mean, red comes in. If Steve comes in with a 1, he's going to have to, and he can't hit. He's going to play behind blue, and he's going to crack.
A recube incoming. You nuts. He's got a long way to go before that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's interesting.
No, he's not close. Trust
Not
me.
close now because he's got to get that one checker out. Yeah. Let's see what happens here.
He needs a
He's-
1 and a 6.
He
before
probably
can
wants
play.
to stay out. Oh, that's not a
it.
good roll.
Well, now he's got to hit.
Yeah. Come off the 6 point. Leave 4 blots.
That
So
is
we're
a
gonna go.
tragic.
There's nothing
roll.
else you could do. I mean, you don't want to leave 2 blots in your home board. Or
I
do
would
you?
I would clean the 6 point.
Yeah. This is one of those quiz factor things, but I don't know what else you could do besides clear the 6. And
No,
Chris had such a nice game going.
Yeah, there was some talk about Chris redoubling, but redoubling before this roll would have been a tragic mistake. One that results in the 8Q being sent back instantly.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe it's too good.
I don't know.
It probably is, to be honest.
So what's this interesting here? I mean, yeah, he's thinking about there's 3 different ways to play right now, but it's so dangerous to leave 2 blots.
Yeah, this is not a good roll.
Um,
You don't have to say that again.
You kind of have to play 6-1, 6-2.
It's kind of the only play, yeah.
well, it's great that Chris is looking at it, and he's definitely took his time looking at it. Let's see what happens.
Ace.
Oh, double 5s, the perfect roll from the bar. Oh, he's got a 6.
There's a 6. And probably just come in.
What do
yeah.
you think of shifting like from 5 to 1?
No, not right. You want to keep your purity.
Yeah, and you want if he's going to come in, make it hard for him to get out, right? So
Did he hit?
he hit. He got
hit.
a 1-3.
That's actually huge because if he fanned
It's-
again, Chris
yeah.
would have had chances.
I know.
Now he's kind of dead.
Oh yeah, it's tough. It's one of the worst. 1-6 would have been worse. Actually, double fours would have been
6-4 hits, 6-5 makes the point. 5-4 dances.
Cannot come in. Well, if he can, look, he rolls little numbers. It's too,
Eesh.
oh,
Well,
nice.
that makes
That's
the
perfect.
and you obviously do not make the anchor here because
Right.
you want to maximize
Right.
your step-up
Right,
numbers.
you need a good 3. Yeah. Maximize your step-up numbers. That's a good quote. What did I hear? Oh, all right. Let's see.
Dancing
5-1.
again.
Yeah. Look, this.
Oh, what
Oh,
a shot.
3! What can you believe it? Perfect roll.
This would be a sick win.
Well, 3-6 actually would have been almost. It's good.
3-1's pretty good.
3-1's
I'm not
pretty
throwing
good.
that one back.
No. I'll take double ones instead. 5-1.
Survives for now without crunching.
Wow, it's first one to roll a 6. Let's go.
Not
First
there.
2 to roll a 6,
Chris
really.
needs a 6 now. Oh, he
Oh,
got
he
it.
gets it. He needed it. Now he's got a cube.
I think it might be too good if he dances.
Steve Sachs is swearing under.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I know. Steve, what? Yo, listen, what's the camera looking at
Right.
Steve? So true. Oh, it's funny.
Now if he dances.
Yes, very
really
smart, by the way,
interesting.
Chris. So he doesn't have to play 5s. So that was really smart.
Okay,
And Chris
now
is
okay. Chris has decided he's too good still. Oh, that would really be
Oh,
interesting.
I would
actually.
have doubled that in a heartbeat.
I would have thought about it for sure. Let's put it
Oh,
that way. But now now it's a take.
Wow.
Now Chris is striking dead. Almost.
I mean, maybe he was too good. Now we should double.
he was too good before
Now
the
we should, no, we can't.
like as soon as he rolled 6-2, the
Uh-huh.
roll after was
Mhm.
too good,
Mhm.
and then it would have been. I would have thought about it for a
Mhm.
while. But
Well, he's not too good anymore.
you want to redouble this? Are you nuts? Yeah, let's redouble.
Oh my God. Well, it's a little safer to redouble now because you're not going to leave a shot in your home board.
So Chris never had a cube,
Actually,
so
you know.
he just did the right thing and got. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I know, right? He got the 6. Oh, he came in with the 5. All right, this is a cube.
I think I would come out.
This is a cube.
Yeah, I think he has to go to the 17. point.
Yeah, maximize Chris's bad rolls.
No, I mean, is he going to take this double?
What else would he do?
Yeah, you have to take.
No, that's not right.
Steve's going to take this?
Maybe not for this one. I thought this was a bad play. I felt he should have come out there and maximized
I
contact.
think it's too good to redouble for Will. He'd easily win a Gammon here. Why was he?
Now I would send after that bad 5-3.
Did you drop your phone?
Thank you, man.
Yeah. It's
And
double, make him pay for it.
Steve's gonna have a decision.
I definitely think he should roll.
All right, so John thinks John says too good. Ryan says,
Too good. How can it be too good? There's no gammons.
and Steve, he does do the cube, and now Steve's got to think.
I would drop, to be
Oh,
honest.
it's drop. I would drop too.
I might have taken after 5-3, come out.
No, it's nines. Forget it. And anything else?
Well, I definitely.
There's 4 numbers where he doesn't have to. It's actually more than 4 numbers.
I would definitely redouble if he had gone to the 17 point now. Don't want so.
Well, it would have been a redouble anyway, but he might have had a take if he played 17.
So basically, if 23% of his numbers go past him, he's doesn't have a take.
This is a big drop. It's got to be.
And I think
At-
there's
at-
definitely more than that.
At worst, you're dead instantly. At best, you have 1 in 3 shot to hit.
Right. But you look at 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s.
I mean, there's some gammons here. Racing gammons.
Yeah, there's also racing gammons. But I mean, just in terms of blue, just blowing it away without the gammon consideration, it's not a take. Because,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Actually, I think 5-3, no matter what it is just a big drop.
What's the chances at 8-5?
But this
There's
is,
13 numbers. Aren't there 13 numbers that get past him?
I don't know. All I know is
So-
it's too many,
That's enough to say,
and you don't even win if you hit.
yeah, well, it's pretty likely.
But it's not like
It's not a
perfect.
lock,
Like
no.
if you had a full 6 prime,
You
it would have
get-
been a lot closer to take. But
Yeah, he's got barely 5%.
I think he dropped. No, he didn't. He's still thinking.
What's his chances?
Less. Its chances in this position has got to be less than 15%.
And what's the take point?
Way higher than that.
So it's pretty take point's pretty close to 25%
I mean, maybe. I don't
in
know.
this sitch. I love the people who know the METs and they just rattle them off like this. They have that kind of mind. Always very impressed with that. And then I asked John O'Hagan. I said, "Hey, John, what's your strategy with METs?" He said, "I don't have one." So I was very impressed with that answer. I have to tell you, it gave me hope, that I could actually play backgammon.
If Steve takes and he wins this game, it would be so sick.
Yeah, well, that would be.
It would be sick.
Up Steve's alley. Yeah, there you go. But he's got.
No, it can't be a take. I don't have
It's
to. I don't have to
double the
run this.
time.
No, it's a drop. But I am interested to check out this 5-3 that Steve did. It might not have mattered because it would have been a pass anyway.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, the longer he thinks about it, the more likely he is to take. We know that.
Larry, do you see the colors are the same as those on the board? Those colors match those colors.
That's very
I think
impressive.
it depends on what he
How did you
has.
do that? You did that on purpose.
Yeah.
If
That
he
wasn't
has
an
a dinner
accident.
and he's
Those
still
things aren't
hungry,
typically
he
accidents.
would take.
Why do you have a guy in the bar?
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
it doesn't
5-3. You're
matter.
looking at that.
Doesn't matter.
Got it. Sorry. I see what you're doing.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's good. I like what you were doing. Now I understand.
I mean,
The logic.
The 5-3 come out, it wins more games, but it loses more gammon. So because of that, it doesn't matter.
Might affect the cube decision at least. Let's see.
Oh wow, he actually has more chances than I thought at 20%. But obviously, it's not enough when the opponent can win this game.
And there's
Crawford.
18% gammons. Yeah. So it's a huge
it's a
blunder
massive,
to take.
It's a massive
Is
drop.
it one of those situations where if he did take, you'd have to redouble back to 80?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, if you get a shot.
No, you
Not
can't.
immediately.
You
Not
can't. You can't redouble that.
That's interesting. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we have
it's
it,
big,
you know.
but not an immediate.
If he had a 6 prime, he could probably send the 8 cube, but because it's not even a 6 prime,
400. Oh,
like even this, it's not a redouble. So he never has anything.
you gain about 5%.
So you no redouble take.
virtual
This is a
additional
redouble.
winning
See the
chances.
difference?
Yeah, Ryan's going, just so you
This is
know,
actually borderline.
Ryan's going through some positions, varying things slightly to see what's a redouble, what's a take. And it turns out if Steve had a 6-point prime, it would make decisions quite different.
Yeah, he needs a 6-point prime and 12 shots to hit.
Got it. Oh, that's
Or
so
the cube-
cool.
the cube,
That's
I mean.
great. That's great, Ryan.
So like 6-2 with the but even without the 6 prime, he has nothing.
So how do you figure, like say you're an intermediate player and you're saying, all right, I'm listening to these guys talk, like how would I possibly work this out over the board
You
without
don't
knowing
you don't
it's-
have to. Just say, do I really want to take this? Let Chris roll 6-3 or better and beat a Crawford instantly.
Yeah. By the way, when I said 13 shots, here's how I did that.
Okay, you
He
passed.
dropped 6-5-3-2-3 is 6-6-5-3-2-3.
What do you mean?
Isn't that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
I don't get you.
So you have 6 numbers that hit 7, 6 numbers that hit 8, 5 numbers that hit 9, 3 numbers that hit 10,
Oh, maybe.
2 numbers that hit 11. Thank you, Alex. And 3 numbers that hit 12. So 6-6-5-3-2-3. So 5-3-2-3 is 13.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't think there's any duplication there. Double threes maybe. So it's 12. So I think he had 1/3 chance to roll a 9 or better.
3-5.
3-5. Okay.
Brings back memories.
I know, right? All right, and Chris has a 6-3 to play. So here we go. Chris is way ahead now. He's 3 away, 6
I almost
away.
think we just make the bar 10-7, 13-7.
And
We don't need to worry about those on the back.
What's the original here?
This is the original. yeah.
No, that's not right. You want to make the 15 point. Good play from Chris.
Yeah, great.
6-1's a hitter.
Nice. We
I'm
had
not
a game
always
like
right.
this.
I'm not always right. I am right 99% of the time.
I wouldn't say that, but no offense.
I have no comment.
I'm just
John Viter and I just played I thought it was my second round. I
That's
guess
a
it was the
bad
first.
roll. I would do that and slot the 5.
Oh yeah, because there was a redraw.
Oh, it was a reach. That's right.
Previous one was a qualifier round, and this is the
Oh.
3-1 just makes the 5 points. I mean, you can play safe, but you have to leave a shot anyway, so might as well just make the
4-1,
5 point.
4-3, 4-4.
5-2 will anchor up, of course, and just come down.
All right, so these plays are fairly straightforward.
5-4 plays safe, meaning 11 and 6-2.
I've already played 2 matches. Which one's the ball?
Well, what do you think about slot in the bar?
Well, if you thought the bar, if he rolls 4-1 or 4-3 or 4-4, well,
They're-
4-4
they're very
is
good
very
rolls.
good. Here, if he rolls 6-2, you still got a shot.
Yeah. You can't hit with 5-3. All right, good. That's good.
Just slot, I guess. I don't feel a need to strip my midpoint yet. I'd rather just slot the next points. Oh, nice shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and cube's coming.
Yep, that ends that game quickly.
Are you sure it's over? It might be a take.
Well, this score might be.
I think it might be a take for money. Well, he's going to be way ahead, but he still has plenty of contact with the no 4
Oh, he doesn't have
point
a
made.
4 point, so
6 times 8
you
is
know.
14.
But
And there's the blot on the deuce point.
I would not take this from me. Let's see.
You okay back there?
19 pips is probably a double and a take. Double takes is my guess.
All right, let's see, Ryan. I don't have as much
Oh,
confidence.
borderline.
Yeah, very close.
Extremely. Did he not cube?
No, he hasn't cubed yet.
That's a mistake.
But well, you know. So you got the score.
But it's okay now. Well, now he's gonna cube. Now it's a drop.
See, that was a little contact was just enough.
Yeah, it was very close. Double take before or double pass before.
But there's so
by
many rolls. I mean, if he
borderline.
doesn't roll a 1 or a 3, he's out.
Now the cube must come, as Falafel would say.
Is that what he would say?
That's exactly what he would say. The cube must come.
The cube must
come.
come. So
The next roll is the cube.
now on the 10 rolls where blue has a 1, not double ones, do you leave the shot, the 1-6?
Say it again.
For blue, any 1 except for double ones.
No, there's no reason to. You're way ahead, right?
Yeah. All right, there it comes, Chris.
This is a drop now.
Well, Ryan, do you have the score in on XG?
I did, yeah. for
Okay.
sure.
I didn't know if you had it in for money.
I mean, I know. I would have a hard time over the board, but I know that I put the last one in and it says
And
it was
that-
close
yeah,
pass.
so this has
he's
gotta
gotten
be a
better.
pass.
So now it's a
So now you're playing for 9-5.
it's a drop by 78, so massive pass. And he did.
yeah.
Fair
smart.
play to fair play to.
It's
Steve.
hard, you know. You want to
What's
catch
the
up
match equity for 2-away, 6-1?
pretty high.
I mean, I want Chris's side. Chris, you got to give yourself a point, bud. It's a 9-5, not 8-5.
Yeah, they need to change the score.
All right, thanks, John.
What's you going there, change it?
That's cool.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah,
you
go.
are.
Because it's 9-5. Some people might have money on this game, on this match.
That's it. So Ryan, what are you still in the tournament?
I'm still in the Masters Final 3 and still in the main.
Awesome.
I haven't lost a match.
What? Oh my gosh! Let me not jinx it.
Okay, well the 6 just goes at a 5 points. We know this one. Good play. There you go. He fixed it.
I had to yell at him.
What do you roll?
4,
That's not
6.
great. What? That's a 3 something.
3-2.
Any 3 is good.
It is a 3-2.
Well, then you just stack them up. on the
Oh,
8
what else
point.
you gonna do?
Nothing else. And obviously Chris is not really redoubling it or doubling it all at the score.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Especially after
Okay,
Ducks.
That's a good roll. And you must come down. Steve knows this. Oh, nice roll. Splits and makes the bar. That's better than making the 4.
that was a great roll.
That's double one's an excellent
Wow,
roll.
That's amazing.
Good play from Chris.
And locks in Steve.
people-
Steve, poor Steve gets getting locked. Chris is just locking him in prison. Last game, this game, it's really tough.
Steve wants to anchor or come out.
It all comes down to what Steve had for dinner tonight.
4-2 is not really what he wanted.
He might have-
I don't think he should make the 9. I think 2 down is better than just making the 9 point, just fading those shots. But
it gives you extra.
it gives you
know,
more numbers to
it
make
gives you
your
more
stuff
numbers,
if you're
yeah.
missed.
Especially, well,
And the 11 point's very strong with the open 5 point. That's like a thematic rule of thumb.
what's a good thematic rule?
When you have the no 5 point
Uh-huh.
with the 4 point,
Mhm.
you want the 11 point because it's.
Oh, I
6
see.
away.
Right. That's why double twos opening is so nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, 6-3.
Well, that just goes. I think.
Yeah,
Also,
gotta
it
go
also
one
make
out.
the 2 point, which could be reasonable actually. There's 2 plays: running all the way or making the 2. What would you do?
I'd make sure the 9 point.
Why not 2 down?
2 down is too passive.
Yeah. So if I were Steve, I'd make this play. I'm not sure I'd make this play if I'm Chris, but Chris would like to win a game.
Yeah, this is a tricky position here.
I mean, this looks pretty good, but that could cut both ways.
No,
He's got
I
a
don't like
great-
2 down now. I would rather do one of the other ones.
Yeah, because he's in danger of getting blocked. So I like your initial.
I
intuition
would
was
go.
running,
Yeah,
and
that's what I would do.
I like it. And if you go, he's going to strip. If he hits. So, and you might have a shot. But no, I can't fault
Actually,
this.
no. This
I
is a
mean,
fine play.
You can't fault this. If he stays out.
Oh, nice roll. Now it's way too good. I would actually make the 2
Pretty
point
cool.
on second thought. Yeah.
Look at that.
Especially-
Chris
especially
picks
since
up a second
Especially
checker.
the way it worked out.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my gosh, Steve must be. Well, he came in.
Okay, well, Chris wants to make the 3 now. He
And-
does.
He does.
He must switch and make the 4.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yes, this is a clear play now.
Yeah.
They're saying Chris's 6-3 was right, so that's a good play.
Cool. Oh, it's great to have. We really appreciate the folks in the
Yeah,
comments
for
who
sure.
are checking this out for us. It's really helpful.
It's Chris is playing pretty good then.
Oh, Chris is a great player.
He always sells himself short though, which is funny. Okay, well maybe just step up now all the way. That's what I would do. Just play 24-20. I don't want to stay stuck.
This is really like, what do you do? Wow, he's safetying up his checkers, making sure jokers.
I don't like this play. It's too safe.
Too safe.
Well,
Ryan wants some excitement in his life. 2-6 from the bar. I mean, man, Steve is using those up.
Wow, what a shot.
Oh my God, can you believe it? Oh, all right. Well, we still have the 1-6 Merriweather. Okay, that's not happening. Look at this. The gammon's coming.
What is that?
Four
It's a 4,
something.
so 4 steps up.
But 4-3. All right. Oh my gosh, this is
It's
amazing.
good enough.
It's really fantastic.
But Steve has a well-timed ace-point game.
Yeah,
He's
there you
never
go.
out of it.
Ryan, you're such an optimist.
Well, in backgammon, you just play good PR and don't worry about anything
you know
else.
what? It pays to be an optimist in backgammon, no question. All right, another 2-6 from the bar. I think it's 4 of those that he's had. 6-2.
will not leave with double aces. This is good
Yep.
enough.
And he's not. He'll leave it if he has to now, probably with like a 6-1. He'll leave it.
4-2 brings 2
Okay.
down.
Wow, look at this. I mean, that
And
double-
now he wants to clear to 7 point if he stays out.
Yeah.
So something like 3-2 or 2-1.
Yeah, so what Ryan is saying is
4-1 maybe
Why-
still.
why bother?
I would actually
Taking the
clear to
risk.
7 point.
There's the very little risk in clearing it right now. Although,
There's 0 risk in clearing it right now.
Well,
Now's the time to do it.
I mean, 0 risk right now, but now he comes in and
Maybe.
now you don't want to clear it.
But now like
You would have been
he
leaving
can
him a
leave
shot.
shots.
a fly.
Maybe. I mean, what if I just clean up all my blots next time?
You could. It's possible you could.
As it is, he might leave a shot bearing in from the 7 point.
Mm-hmm. I can't tell what he had. 5-2, 6-2, 5-2.
Must be
5-2.
5-2. There's not really the problem. Now you can't clear to 7. I don't
All right,
think.
you don't want to leave.
So
four
you got to
numbers.
find the safest play, and I think it's just stack the 7 and play to the 5.
Um, 5-4 leaves a shot.
This
Does
play
that. This is
6-5
better.
leaves a shot.
Yeah. 6-5 always leaves a shot. It's just a
Hey.
given.
we can play our match after this one's over, yeah? It's almost done.
Let's go.
2-3, slots the bar, makes the 5.
All right, now Steve is ready for Chris, so let's see what goes on. This
6-5
the-
is a big shot. 4-3 plays
classic.
just fine for now.
Yeah, 4-3's actually. I mean, it looks ugly because you got that extra, but it's pretty safe. 6-5 and 5-4 and double sixes,
That clears the 5 point.
and that's fine.
It's perfectly fine. It's
Hello, Melissa. Welcome.
It was actually a good roll. Are you sure you want to climb out from the back with the third guy? I might not. I might want to stay 3 guys so I can like split with the 4 and stuff like that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
That just plays 6-3 and takes the bro beans off.
So yeah. By the way, if you're an intermediate player or even beginner, you want to clear from the top. So generally, there's always exceptions, but even though you're leaving shots, 5-1, 6-1,
6-5.
6-5,
5-1's a big shot.
5-1. It's still the right play by Chris because
Now the question is,
you
can
leave him now, not later.
This is actually interesting because Steve's gonna consider a double, right?
Right.
If he loses, he's very likely to lose a gammon, and if he hits, he loses his market. So this
Yeah.
might be the spot
Yeah,
where he
he's
can
thinking.
actually send the cube.
That's great. Yeah, isn't that fun? Backgammon is like negative equity. Let's
Very
double
interesting. I mean, it could be right.
Yeah, because of the match score.
because of the match score.
Obviously, we would never ever send this for money. I hope people realize that. But it's a match. It's a match score thing,
But if you would cube this for money, Ryan wants your phone
and
number.
it's a big no double.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
He's still saving the game in 3 quarters
Yeah,
of the time.
yeah, you can save it. The idea here is just to hit and then cube.
Let's see this.
Wow, look at that.
How is only 27% gammons? That doesn't add up to me. I guess he's just gonna hit the shots eventually.
Wow, Steve is really taking this over, this cube. He is taking his time, thinking this through. But these are fun positions of backgammon because it's not the norm, right? You know, usually you double when you're ahead.
Usually the right play is
And,
just to play with the norm,
And
not to overthink yourself here.
But you know, adding the quiz factor makes the game a lot of fun.
Yeah, post this on a Facebook forum, and like 9 out of 10 people will be tricked by the quiz factor.
That's right. That's right. What's the should red double? Like 60%? Yes.
I know, right? They want to seem smart.
Now, of course, Chris isn't out of the woods yet because any high doubles leaves a shot, as does double fives, including double fives, right? So pretty interesting.
If I'm Chris here, I would really, really love for Steve to cube this one.
Oh yeah, yeah, be sure.
You can win the match if you're missed.
You win the match, guaranteed. There's a lot of saves for.
Guaranteed freaking T.
All right, he's not doubling.
He is making the good decision, and he gets punished for making the good decision. It doesn't matter. This game's over.
Chris, oh,
The game's done.
bad luck for Chris. So just cube.
I mean, he's still ahead 9-6.
You absolutely right. And, okay.
Do you think there's something? Do you know what a weaver is?
Mike Weaver, ex-Montreal Canadiens hockey player.
No. It's
It's a beaver with a
no,
wedge.
no, no. Keep
It's
continuing to play on.
Oh.
To induce him to double him in.
Oh, I see. A weaver.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, weaving.
Actually, to be fair, if this is keep in mind if that was a UBC format, 100% the right play is not to redouble or cube.
Okay.
Because there's not really, unless double fours was bad, you have to look at that. But if it wasn't, well, wait, give me like, has it been an hour? Are you sure about that? All right, let's go. I'll get up him.
Hey, Ryan, great seeing you, man. Always a pleasure.
Okay. So Ryan has a match. So,
Hi, Alex. Welcome back.
thank you. This will be my last match commentating tonight. So, I was going to ask you about that. Let's see if
Yeah,
you
I've
could-
got a match coming up.
Well, I was going to see if you can just let the stream continue running and just shut it down at the end and let it go with an uncommentated match.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. It's not hard.
I'm a boomer.
Yeah.
Got to watch out.
Thank you to Larry Schiller. So double two.
Ducks.
Yeah, I think he
Steve's
wants to-
playing fast now.
he's,
He wasted a lot of time earlier. He's getting concerned. Yeah.
I think he kept that checker on the 8 point so he can try to make his bar point next. Instead of playing 8 to 6, he played 24 to 22. So
makes
now
sense.
5-4. What are you gonna do?
I think you should roll again.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to run a back checker. It's too dangerous. And
Joe Urso is in the house. Hello.
hey, Joe, a future backgammon champion.
Do you know?
Okay.
I heard that Joe Urso could have won the ABT this year had he attended this tournament. So we're sorry
kidding.
Joe didn't attend. Oh, hello to Martin Thurman. He's the one that helps with the stream most of the time. Thank you for joining us. So hits twice.
How come Steve hasn't turned the cue?
Well, it's 2 away, 5 away. So the dead cube take point at 2 away, 5 away for the leader is 17.5%. It's very low. Oh shoot! They just reset the clock. Let me see what it was at.
Oh, shit.
I'll take care of it. It'll be fine. I'll get it. Yeah.
546, 222. 220.
546. 217.
217.
Okay. 546, 217.
Two pretty random numbers. 546 and 217. What would Ramajan say about that? Are they taxi numbers? I don't know. 546 and 217. 217 seems like a prime.
It is prime.
How did you know that so fast?
I know things.
Was that you?
More time.
That's
He
really
had the
impressive.
546. I had the 217.
Denise Baloney knows that 217 is a prime. All right, we're resetting the clock, and Alex was kind enough to get the 546 and was it 546
Yes.
and 217. So 546.
309.
Oh my God!
Let's sing it. Everybody sing it.
What a great mnemonic device.
Puts the hell out of everybody. Is it a sing along or a back end?
No, sing along. Let's go.
After you.
Ooh, I need your love, babe. 'Cause you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe. And just like I need you. Oh, hold me, love me, hold me, love me. Ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. All right, let's go. Little backgammon entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the
217 is not a prime, Dmitry Obukov says.
100 people dropped off. From
Oh, I love that, Dmitry. It's 7 times 31. Of course it is 7 times 31. That should have been obvious.
It's not. So this is.
No, it's 7 times 31. It's like 21 and 7. It's like, yeah, that was kind of a duh. Thank you, Dmitry. We have the math geniuses out.
I hit the clock with
It's pretty good. 546 is also a multiple of 7, and 31 backwards. In other words, 13. So what an interesting set of numbers. We're finding commonalities. 7 times 13 times what? 3 times 3 times 2. I don't know, something like that. All right. So Steve and Chris are taking a break. We have Steve with 2 men on the bar. Chris is looking for a gammon. He needs a bunch of 4s, and he wants to cover that blot. And I'm not. It's Chris's turn. Nice job.
So
546.
Chris's turn. The dice should be on Chris's side, right?
We shall see.
Let me do that.
I'm just saying it's Chris's because the light is on
Oh,
his
no.
side.
Oh no, Chris tapped.
Chris just.
So now it's Steve's turn. The dice are
That's
on
right.
Steve's side. Yeah.
It's appropriate. Very
Yeah.
good. No, that makes
Thank
sense.
you,
He's going to have 2 men in the bar, so it would be Steve's turn.
Thank you to Rory Pascar for calling me to tell me the time. It was 5:46 and 2:17. So we saw that too. Thank you very much. So one of the things you want to do at this score, leading 2 away, 5 away, right? You want to try to win an undoubled gammon.
Really?
Your gammon
What
value.
would that do?
Yeah.
for you?
So that wins the match perfect. What you want to do is you the match is to 11. You want to get to exactly to 11. So what happens is a gammon with a center cube, you're allowed to win a gammon. That's very valuable. So the gammon value is very high for the leader on a center cube. But as soon as the cube gets turned, all those gammons get killed. So now Steve is actually considering doubling. Chris's take point is very low. He's got a shot. So 2s and double 1, that's 11 numbers.
Isn't that great? So this is the second time Steve is taking a significant amount of time in the clock to decide when far behind if he should double. Last time it was a huge blunder not to.
Yeah.
I mean, to double. And now he's also deciding not to double. But I like the double here because if he's the high gammon percentage, and did he roll double 4s? Oh my God. We were just saying that's what he needs is 4s. So this gets...
Steve rolled a 6-3 or 4-3.
Yeah,
And-
4-3, that's right. And now Chris rolled his double 4s, if you can believe it.
So that's the bubble whore.
That's the what? What did you call it?
So we had this story. I told the story earlier, but you didn't hear it. I
Oh,
think
I'm
you'll
sorry.
get a kick out of it.
No,
I
you
was
have to
playing
repeat it if
against
I heard
Steve
it.
one time, and I needed a super joker double 4, so I said, Steve, I'm thinking of a number, and it rhymes with bubble whore. And then I rolled it,
Oh,
and then he started laughing.
no, we need something better to rhyme it with, but that's okay. All right. So, can he roll?
5-2. Okay.
1-6?
You can
or-
anchor, I
oh,
guess.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It leaves him in the game. And the race isn't that awful.
So now it makes a 3-point.
Yeah, this is a game. Wow. Oh my
Double
God.
4, bubble whore for Steve.
Look at that. He's doing a quick count. All right, what does Blue have? He's got 36 and 22 is 58 and 24 is 82. And I don't know, what's that home board? 30. So it's 112 for Blue.
50, 90, 112. No, 112.
And Red
90,
has,
1.
let's see,
No.
7 days, 1545 and 24 is 79 and 119.
112 to 119, but he just rolled a 6.
Yes, that's
Steve
very
is up
close.
by 2, Rory says.
That's very close. All right.
Thank you to Rory and
Yeah,
Ian for
Rory, dude.
transcribing. Double 5.
Who
that's
rolled
a
double 5s?
bumble
Chris.
jive, Chris.
And he can't move those other checkers, though.
It moves a lot of freight, as my good friend Bill Ryle says.
It's an interesting player. So how do you play this?
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
make the ace point.
Yeah, you don't want to you want to save some 6s. So
And this
seems
also
good.
makes a point.
that's a good point.
It's a good point.
All right.
The ace point's not the best point, but it is
That's
a good point. All right, 6-2. You got to clear the 8, I guess. Oh, no, sorry, that's Chris's. You play from the 8.
All right, this is just coming down to
2-1.
Who's gonna make a crappy roll first, and can the other person hit it?
2-1. This is going to take forever with the way they're rolling.
I know, right? The game will never end. So Chris, you make the 5 point.
5, or you can play to the 4 point.
Or you could play 2 to 1.
If you play 7 to 4, you have 2 playable 5s, I guess.
Right.
He's counting the race.
Oh.
69, 76 before, so it's 73.
Oh, interesting.
So he saves a 6. Double 5.
Oh my
is
God.
blocked for Steve.
That's just incredible.
Is he going to try to save a 6?
Yeah.
So he
play
might play
6
5
to
more.
1. Yeah.
6 to 1 twice.
And then just on the 9 point. So, yeah, this is fun, right? Look at all those exciting possibilities here.
4-3.
So is he moving both in?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Let's go. Let's
So
go
were
win the
you
race.
here for Dirk Schieman's seminar on ugly
Yes,
plays?
yes.
That was a really good
I
one.
love that seminar. If you guys haven't got his book, by the way, To Hit or Not to Hit, it's really awesome.
Yeah, I actually had the privilege of proofreading it.
Wow.
So it was fantastic.
Yeah, amazing.
5-4. It's forced.
That's a pretty bad roll.
So now not a double yet. 6-3.
Definitely
You got
not
to
a
play
double.
off the 8 point.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, Chris may have a double soon, depending on the race.
Yeah. Yeah. His board's better too, because there's, he's not.
So he's got
not
to
gonna
roll
risk
something
it
big. Something big. So now.
at this point, but he just wants to double when he's not going to get a redouble.
Well, that would be a dead cube. So on the last roll, he can double
Yeah.
very aggressively
Yeah.
at this score. But
Yeah.
here, it's going to come back immediately to 4,
Yeah.
which would get Steve to the Crawford game.
I know, right? So, Chris, I don't know what they're. Personally, I'd be like John O'Hagan and not worry about the numbers. Just say I got to be really.
40
Far
pips
ahead.
for blue.
Oh,
Yes,
as blue.
9.
Okay.
47, 52.
Wow.
Pass. You see?
Yeah. Wow. It was that much. So he was well ahead by 12 pips.
Yeah. Double pass.
So that's good. That's smart. You're up by 12. That's double pass.
All right. So now it's the Crawford game. For the novice viewers, can you tell them what the Crawford rule is, please?
I'd be happy to do that. So, backgammon, either player can turn the cube when it's their turn. And so, if you're winning and you get to within 1 point of...
Look, he's turning he's turning the scoreboard the other way.
and you get to... That's funny. He said 9 to 1. So, if you're winning a match to 11 and you're winning 10-2 or something, the opponent's just going to turn the cube and you're playing for 2 points automatically when it's their turn. And it's like, that's not really totally fair. Like, you deserve some benefit from having been ahead and getting to within 1 point. So they say, John Crawford, who was a big backgammon player in the 70s, said, look, for the first game, when the first player is 1 away from winning, the other player's not allowed to double. Like, it's just not fair. Give him the, a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
And the rule stuck, and it's been a mandatory rule.
So
in every
they
tournament.
use that. There used to be something called the Holland rule.
Yeah.
You familiar with that one?
Yeah.
You have to wait like 3 rolls before you can
Tim
double?
Holland.
Yeah.
Tim Holland was
Outstanding player.
he was a very good player, very smooth character.
You knew him?
I did know him.
Yeah.
And it's a very smooth character. His daughter actually showed up at an awards banquet.
Really?
For that was held for him. And apparently he wasn't the most did not make Father of the Year, but
You're
but
very
she
political,
still showed up.
Larry. So
Well,
so now Steve is 5 away, so he doesn't need a gammon. A gammon doesn't help him much, right?
Right. That's right. That's a great point. The scores. When do you play for a gammon? When do you not play for a gammon? This is such a complicated game.
So that's the one that's forced. I think I played to 6 here.
All right, so 8 to 6,
Or you can
5
get
to
loose.
2, or 13 to 11. So,
5 to
Chris
3.
can
Yeah,
play
he
for the.
looked for 5 to 3, so he doesn't care about gammon losses, which is why he's playing.
That's right. Chris can
Yeah.
play great point, right?
2-1. Hey, Gus. Oh, you play Larry? Okay. Good luck.
Alex, great to
Good
see
luck.
you, man.
I'll come talk to you. Maybe I'll take a quick break while you're playing a match to show you the streaming.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much to my good friend, the voice of Backgammon, Larry Schiller. Playing my other good friend, Gus Contos. Dimitri says, I have a lot of good friends. I think that's better than having many bad enemies. Would you agree, Denise?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Double 3. Can't come in. All right, so the PRs are both under 4. Outstanding. Thank you, Rory. So it was recently Rory's birthday, December 9th, something like that. December 2nd, maybe. And I released a video that I did with Rory against Ryan Rebelo. And that one was titled Grandmaster Whoops His Little Bitch. That's what Rory wanted to call it. So there's the one. Now he makes a solid 5 prime. Okay, now Steve's looking for 6s to come out. 4s and 3s hit on the other side. 4-3, great roll. He's able to make the 4-point on head, making a solid 5 prime and the best 5-point board. The beast, 6-3, cannot come in. So gammon's not valuable, but a backgammon is, but I don't think there's a lot of backgammons here with that anchor. 4-1, comes in with the 1, slots the 3-point. Now Steve's looking to make the bar point. 3-1, he can do that and then play down 13-10. Very, very good friend, Ryan Rebelo. See, that's what I mean. I think, Dimitri, you don't understand. If I have good friends, or at least I make them think they're my good friends, it's better than having worst enemies, you know? When I leave my house, I have to tell my wife that I'm going to meet my good friend. Otherwise, she thinks I'm a loser with no friends. So I don't want her to know the truth. So one time my wife told me, she says, you like making backgammon videos more than you like spending time with me. I said, that's not true at all. I like playing backgammon more than I like spending time with you. She doesn't like my jokes.
Hopefully she doesn't listen to it.
That's what you call the attorney.
She doesn't listen. She doesn't listen. I tell people my wife didn't marry me for my humor. She married me for my money. So, speaking of marriage, there were 3 of my backgammon friends that were at my wedding, and Steve is one of them. Can you believe it? So that means he's actually a good friend. So Dimitri, when I call people my good friends, they're nicer to me. 6-5. Steve's hoping to avoid that number. When I do that, I say, I can't believe I rolled a 6-5 just as Steve rolls it. Double 2, okay. Clears. He doesn't need the gammon. He's just trying to clear. He has 6 on the highest point. 6-4. Also, Rory is in the house. I really enjoyed that video that you did with Neil Kazaros. They did like a live stream with the 2 of them playing a match and discussing their moves. That was outstanding. And he actually did that on my birthday, which was really nice. Thank you. 6-5, so he's going to get that crossover and probably make the bar point there. 6-3, bears off 2 checkers. 6-4. So here's the thing. Steve has 4 minutes and change on his clock. Chris has less than a minute. So that may be a factor moving forward. So if Chris wants to stay, he's going to have to break his board like that. So there are many numbers that leave a shot. 4-1 is one of them. So there's, okay, so now Chris is looking for a 1. An ace from space. He gets it with a 6. Now Steve's looking for a 6, but double 6 leaves a shot. Look at that. 3-1, wrong 6. 6-5 is going to come down And does he lift? He leaves it because he wants to close the board, but it may be hard to close the board. 5-1. At least it was a 6. At least it was a 6. 3-2. So what do? Come in and take one off? Because you're screwed anyway, right? He's hoping to get lucky. Oh, he's screwed. Tell people backgammon is sometimes like dating. Oh, double 2. He cannot come in. Sometimes you don't like it, but you have to make your best move and hope to get lucky. 4-3. So there's the 4. He's got to keep contact. So he gets shots with 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 4-1. That's a shot. So there's the 4, and he can minimize shots by playing 2-1, or he can hit and leave him 13 numbers. So this is only 11 numbers, about 5% more. 6-4. He's got to run. So that's virtually gin for Steve, and Chris has already saved the gammon. 4-3. Okay, so Chris concedes. That's 7-1. 7-10, excuse me. When they have a 0 after the 1, it makes it a 10. I learned that. So Steve is 4 away, so he's going to double immediately, and he's going to go for a gammon. So if Chris is any form of an underdog, he should pass, unless he rolls like a 4-1. Steve rolls the 4-1. This is the worst opening roll for money, at least. So now here he can actually play the slotting play, but I think it's better to do the splitting play because he's going to pass anyway. And I don't know about that one. 6-5. So now, can he take the cube? You know, I think if Steve had split, it would be a pass. Here, it may be a take. There aren't a lot of gammons. That's something you want to think about. He does take quickly. Rapido. 4-3. He's going to anchor and play to the 9 point. That checker on the 9 point is very valuable because it gives you a lot of good numbers to make a productive point in the inner board. 5-4 is a good roll. Chris is getting out of dodge. Double 5. Look at that. Hits the hard way and makes the 10 point on ahead. Now he has 11 checkers in the zone. Chris is on the bar. 4-1. So he'll come in low and play down 13-9. Now Steve's looking to make some inner board points, hoping to win a gammon. It's going to be a little hard, so he'll have to make the 4 point here, I believe. What's plan B? Making the 3 point? Yep. This doesn't leave a blot. So here, it's 6-3 and 5-4. Double 3 doesn't hit. He rolls a 2-1. So I think you're going to slot the 5 point for sure, and then you just bring that down. The other option would have been to slot the 5 and the 4 point simultaneously. 6-2 is not a productive roll. Maybe to the 4 point and 11, 13-11, just like that. 4-3, so down in 5 point. Trying to build a board. In the event that he gets a shot, he can contain. Now that makes a 5 point. So now he has the best 3 point board, the rack. 3-2. When my opponent does that, I say nice rack. 2, he's not going to slot the 4 point. Okay. Double 5. So now Steve does have some gammons here. If he can keep Chris busy on the bar, dancing on the rooftop with a martini. 5. Okay, so he's going for the gammon. 2-1 and 6-2 hit. 6-4 doesn't get it. So now a combination of 2s, 4s, and 6s closes the board. 6-2, perfect for Steve. Now, look at this. He might win the gammon in a single game, a double gammon for the match. So 3-2, he's just playing safe. He's winning a lot of gammons here. 5-3. Comes in there and there. That's the ideal structure. Francois Tardieu called that the dream position in one of his articles. I think that was around 2000. 4-3, 2 down. Okay. What is that? A 2 and a something? A 5-2. So he's bearing off aggressively. 5-3. Good roll for Chris. That's going to save a lot of gammons. 6-2. Okay, so now it's a race. This will be close. Who thinks Chris will save the gammon? In the chat, who thinks Steve will win a gammon? 1 for win a gammon or 2 for Chris will save the gammon? 1 or 2? 6-4. This is the fun part about an interactive chat. So with the 6, you're going to come in perfectly and you're going to get another crossover. A crossover is when you move a checker from one quadrant of the board to the next. 3-2 bears off 2 checkers. This looks like it's going to be close. 2 and then the 6 down. 6 checkers left. Double 5. Oh, that's Jin. Congratulations to Steve. Wow. Look at that. Let's see if we can get Steve for a post-match interview. I'll be right back. That was exciting.
Wow. That was awesome. I'm gonna head out.
All right.
See you mañana.
Steve, your last roll, a double, you played it right. It's a legal move double, but it's illegal the last roll. I don't know about the 4-1. All right, congratulations. You're going to play Irina Litzenberg. So I'll let you go. In this video, it's my pleasure to be conducting an interview with CEO of Chris Lloyd, Jeff Caruso. Welcome.
Thank you, Alex. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
Great. Yeah, doing really well.
And you're joining us from Providence, Rhode Island. Is that correct?
That's correct. Providence, Rhode Island.
That's where the Chris Lloyd factory is. Is that
That's
correct?
right. Yes, sir.
Very good. Looking forward to learning a lot more about the Chris Lloyd boards. I'd like to start with a little bit of background biographical information, if I may. Please tell us where you were born and raised and what you did after school.
Well, I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, but then quickly moved a little bit throughout the Northeast and Northern New York. But most from kindergarten on, I was in just outside of Albany, New York, a little town called Loudonville. Great town to grow up, great location to grow up, just south of Saratoga, but plenty of access to the Adirondack Mountains. And as a New Yorker, I found my way to one of the SUNY schools, the college SUNY of Oswego, which happens to be about 40 minutes north of Syracuse, right on Lake Ontario.
And for those who are not familiar, that stands for State University of New York, right?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. So you don't play backgammon much, but when were you first introduced to backgammon?
Well, I don't play it often, but I've played it for quite a long time. Mostly just in casual play with my brother, my wife, and so I'm not a tournament player. I'd be willing to give it a shot, but I don't think I'd make it far.
Did you learn when you were growing up?
Yeah, we always had it around. So, Chris Lloyd has been in our family for generations, in and out of the family more so. So boards have been in our closet and, on our game table for as long as I can remember.
Very good. What kinds of hobbies and interests do you have outside of backgammon?
Well, quite a few, although I will say that the majority of my time is spent at Chris Lloyd. And if I'm in Providence, if I'm at home, you'll find me at the shop. It's just about 7 days a week. Yeah, I don't mind being there. It's a very comfortable place for me to be, and really, quite honestly, it's called for. You know, we're a small, but we're growing, and so I'm really proud of the time I spend there.
Yeah, that's great. Chris Lloyd is a very well-known manufacturer of backgammon boards, as well as other things that we'll talk about. And so people know about it. It's been around for a very long time. Good quality. We'll talk about that. How did you first get into the Chris Lloyd business?
Well, dating back to the 40s, my great uncles Alphonse and Lucky Lodato started A&L Manufacturing.
Okay.
He built this wonderful small business in Brooklyn, New York. It was very much a family affair as it was in its starting years. They did grow it. They did a wonderful factory in Brooklyn. And in the mid-50s, they met a gentleman named Chris Ruizzo, who founded Chris Lloyd in Providence, Rhode Island. He was also in the plastics business, but he was in the game business, leaning heavily toward plastics and more volume production. So he and my great uncles found one another, and for years were buying and selling from each other to help round out their line of products. And then in the 60s, right in the early 60s, the plastics craze hit, and Chris Ruizzo of Chris Lloyd became very busy. His company just skyrocketed, and he was a bright guy in the right place at the right time. So he started to buy other vendors. And in 1970, he purchased A&L Manufacturing, my great uncle's company, and moved everything from Brooklyn to Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Part of that sale, my great uncles sent their nephew, my Uncle Jerry, to Rhode Island, along with my Aunt May and their 3 children. And my Uncle Jerry, who was a very bright Army engineer, made Chris Lloyd and his life's work. 4 or 5 business owners later, my uncle was really the only guy left that really knew what was going on in this business. And so he made the purchase in the mid-'80s and took Chris Lloyd over, which I'm very thankful for.
Very good. I think the people are most familiar with the unique aspect of the Chris Lloyd boards in terms of the cork surface. There aren't a lot of other manufacturers, at least nowadays, that have that. So maybe you can tell us about that, maybe how they decided on that, if you know, and the advantages and disadvantages of having that type of surface.
Well, it's a great question. I don't really have the answer to how it came to be, how early on, but I mean, so many boards from the 60s and the 50s have cork on them. And so I think it became, there's a couple reasons. So it's a nice product to work with. Historically, it was a lot more readily available, I think, than it is today. So it's a workable product in a manufacturing environment, and it's a printable product. So I think the two really worked well together, and before long they realized it was really a nice playing surface. There's a little bounce to the feel. The sound is nice. The dice get a little spring of action on the cork, and just in general, it has a real nice warm feeling to it. And so yeah, our boards have always really intimately been connected to cork surfaces. And I don't know if everyone is aware, but the best cork in the world comes from Portugal.
Really?
And so we've always brought our cork in from Portugal, and from there it's processed through, it's trimmed and mounted, sealed and printed. And in more recent years, really because of the popularity of cork, one in the wine industry and a few other industries, it hasn't been as easy to produce. The only other element that not everybody is aware of, but it's a renewable resource. Cork, it comes from a cork tree, which I think it's every 4 or 7 years, the tree is ready to then be harvested again. And so they peel the tree and then they leave it to replenish, and it grows back again in not too many years down the road. So that's also a really nice fact that not only people realize that.
Interesting, interesting. So let's briefly talk about what are the other things you manufacture other than backgammon boards.
Several classics, checkers, dominoes, cribbage, and in the last 10 years, we have started to manufacture mahjong sets again. And I'm really, really, really happy we started making boards again, mahjong sets again. It's a wonderful community, also a very heavily growing community, and we've really been thankful to produce some beautiful boards and have been well received by the mahjong folks. So it's been very nice.
Yeah, they're great boards. The Chris Lloyd boards, at least the backgammon boards. I haven't seen the mahjong because I'm not familiar with those other ones, but I know those are high quality as well. I watch a lot of backgammon on YouTube, and recently I was watching the tournament in Jamaica, which was sponsored by Chris Lloyd, and I saw the beautiful board there that was customized.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for noticing it. We were really excited. Jeb reached out. We had a couple conversations, and it was our pleasure to sponsor and to make that custom board for the live stream. That's a felt board, and it's really.
Is it?
Yeah, it's felt. Yeah, so we are now into the felt game, and that's probably one of the first 25 that we've done. We've teased it a few times. But we have to be really smart about how we roll out a new product. So
right,
and people have been calling for felt from us for a long time, and so we did our homework, and we found the right supplier, the right felt supplier, and we did a lot of R&D. So one prototype after another, we did well over a year's worth of testing. And we feel really good about that set that we shipped to Jamaica, and that was sort of I'd say its international debut for felt Chris Lloyd's board.
That's interesting. I don't know if maybe they mentioned it in the stream. I know Larry Schiller and Phil Simborg were doing it. I didn't watch everything from beginning to end, so they may have mentioned that, but I didn't know that. So that's interesting. What made you decide to go into felt? People were asking about it.
Yeah, we had to answer the call. The many tournament players, want to play on felt. Excuse me. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I think felt is interesting. Most of the boards that I've seen are on felt. There's also all sorts of different types, like I've seen the merino wool that's very high quality. I'm sure there's a different manufacturing process that you have to go through with felt versus cork. Tell us about that, please.
Well, the manufacturing process is something I have outsourced that of it. We didn't bring in the machinery and the equipment and the fabrics, and we're doing it in-house. Now, I don't necessarily want to do that.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and there's I've found a wonderful group that's what they do. They're very good at it, and so I'd like to build that relationship. We've got enough work to do.
Yeah, that's good. So I know you can customize the boards. I see the custom board behind you, but you can customize the felt as well.
Yeah. So we knew once it really doesn't. A big part of what we do now is customization. So I knew, even though we were introducing, we have a line of 3 new colorways that'll be on our website in a few weeks.
Okay.
But everybody wants custom. So we have absolutely developed, that system for customizing the felt boards also. They'll just take a little bit longer. Right. But the fit and finish of those sets is really, really beautiful.
That's great. So speaking of customization, I know you have that custom board behind you. That's a little special. Can you tell us about that one, please?
Yeah, that's a stock board. It's one of our signature series. That's called our Ocean State. So you can see that there's little sailboats. It's a really nicely designed set. And so Rhode Island is the Ocean State. There's a lot of sailing going on here, and it was a little nod to our hometown. And it's a great seller. It's nice for we sell it to a lot of people who have a summer camp, or maybe have visited someone that treated them pretty well, and so then they're gifting this for them to their camp or their place on Nantucket or the Vineyard or Montauk, So it's a nice set. It's a good feel good set. It looks good open and left out. So yeah, we love the colors. Very good, vibrant colors.
Yeah. So that's a stock one. And in terms of the customization, what are the various aspects of the board that can be customized for the viewers?
Yeah, so we make everything at Chris Lloyd, and we cast our own checkers. So we have a casting department, we have the cutting department, the wet tubbing, the polishing, wood shop, case department, printing, fit and finish, and so because we do all of those things there, and the boards get built along the way, we can customize just about any element of the board. Most common are the playing fields. You can choose your own point colors, your point styles. If you want to add a logo or some initials, that's a great place to do it. Some people like a nice classic visual, so they'll customize the bumpers, any of the bumpers. The leather cups is a really nice, the chestnut brown leather cup with a nice engraving of a name or an initial or a logo is really, really sharp. We can customize the checkers, which is, which in some instances it's nice. In some instances it becomes a little too busy if every checker is, has something custom about it. And then the exterior of the case we can customize too, and that's it's a really nice finish to have a family crest or a last name, some initials. It's a nice piece.
Yeah, that's really nice. I think that's a really nice touch to a board when you can customize all the different features, and you have that whole factory where you can do that. My friend Candace Maron came there and visited and toured it, so she told me a lot about that. How was that tour? I think she had a lot of fun.
She sure did. Yeah, she's the best. She came in, big smile and just the pure joy and excitement, and yeah, she was great, and so we're glad to have her on the Chris Lloyd team. That's for sure.
Yeah, she loves all the colors, and I know that the cubes can be customized too. There are a lot of beautiful cubes, right?
Yeah, I left that out. Yeah, so the doubling cubes, we have a stock doubler that goes with most of the sets, and then from there we can customize. There are some larger 2-inch cubes that people have come to really enjoy getting customized. The oversized cube has a good hand feel to it, and they do look beautiful when they're done.
Yeah, she said the factory is really big. How large is the factory itself, actually?
Current footprint where we operate is 18,000 feet.
Wow.
The building is 46,000 feet, and back in the 70s, Chris Lloyd occupied every square inch, and it was
wow.
Yeah, back then we were making 2 million dice every 2 weeks would go out the door.
Wow.
Parker Brothers, Mattel, Hasbro. It was a big operation. It sure was.
Now the dice, you make them in-house, but these dice are not the precision dice that are usually used, right?
Well, we no longer make dice. So when I purchased Chris Lloyd in 2008, we were still operating as a volume wholesale manufacturing company. We had hundreds of retail partners all over the country and some internationally. But that model was not working for us. And so throughout after I purchased, didn't happen overnight, but I made a major change to Chris Lloyd in that we had to change our business model from volume wholesale and go direct to consumer. We needed to realize that additional margin in order to not only survive, but to thrive in a way that needed to happen in order to improve our product line, employ good craftsmen, and we were able to pull that off. It was not easy. It was not an easy time. I promise you that. But we've come out, and I'm very proud of the finished work and the team that we have in place now. It's all about the team. I promise you that. It's a good group of people, everybody working together, and really also proud to see how nice of a finished product.
Yeah. How many employees do you have in the company now?
14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good number. So in terms of the dice, you just outsource them, but when you buy a board, it comes with dice, right?
Yeah, we outsource. I mean,
Right.
there was a time where everybody wanted crystalloid dice, but throughout the late 70s and the 80s, they just wanted nice dice, and plenty of nice dice were coming in from overseas. So it just was a business decision to make that happen. And so we just buy them now.
Very good. I wanted to also display the website to showcase some of the products, because this is really beautiful. There's a lot of great stuff here. So are you able to see the website now on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll let you guide us through it. So let me know where you want to go, and then we can kind of go through all the different features.
Well, sure. Just, I mean, I guess if you are, well, you just scroll down a little bit. We can go from left to right under the products section.
Okay, so there are all these products here. I'll go slowly. I'll put it here. So we have attaché backgammon, custom backgammon, signature backgammon, tabletop backgammon, and travel backgammon.
Sure. Really, we could go through all of them, but I don't think that's necessary per se. But if you click on signature backgammon,
Signature back. Okay.
these are this is a very popular segment of our boards. They're just a little more design oriented, a little more thoughtful, a little more color, not necessarily just like our classic series, which is brown and white versus.
Right.
So the Legacy series are the top three there that you see here. You get
Yeah.
a little play on maybe beer brewing. So you got your Legacy Barley, you got your Legacy Hops, and you have your Legacy Midnight. And so all three of those come with our grooved checkers.
Oh, they're the groove checkers. Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's one item that is sort of separates this set from another set.
Let's see if I can find one. Is there a close-up of the checkers?
Yeah, there'll probably be somewhere here.
Okay, so this. Oh, so these are grooved,
Yeah.
like a finger dish style.
Yes.
And the exterior is really beautiful. I noticed like the classic ones have the circles at the tip, and I recognize that. That's like a crystalloid.
Yeah, we tried to pay homage to some of the history. We've seen some with the inline point, the circle. There's just that little point circle at the top, which it's a nice touch. It just brings a little element to it.
And this looks like a custom cube. Let me see if there's a close-up. Yeah, this is a custom cube, isn't it?
Well, that cube comes with every set.
I see.
Now, at one point, yes, that was custom, but now we make them with our logo on the 64 side on every set that comes out.
I see. Really nice. And then this was the one that you were talking about.
Yep, that's the
The
one that's
Ocean
on
State.
the background, our Ocean State. Yep. That series does not have grooved checkers, but price reflects that also.
These are the flat checkers. What I like about this is there's a compartment for the cups here, so that fits nicely. If you see other manufacturers, they don't necessarily have that. So when you're carrying it, the dice cups are kind of like rolling around.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And then it has the clasps on either side. And the thing that I noticed is like on the bar, you can hardly see the hinges.
Yeah, hinges, historically we used to cover the middle bar with a flap. And again, listening to the customer, it just, one, it wasn't necessary, and two, it was a little encumbering. Sometimes the checker wouldn't stay on that flap, so we just got rid of it. that is an area that we've tried multiple different ways to hinge the set, and we haven't changed it yet because this is just the best way.
Yeah, and you can't even see it. And this one's a beautiful, like a camouflage one.
Yeah, it's our multicam. That's popular, very popular. Most multicam is a very popular brand in the camo world. They're a great company, and they got a very large contract. Believe it or not, that is a very smart camo design, and it was approved by the armed forces.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the price point is very competitive for these products. Look at those beautiful swirl checkers. I really like that.
Yeah.
So with these, the standard ones are like 1 3/4 inch size checkers. Is that right?
So our sizing for the tournament size these are tournament attaché sets. So the indicator is the tournament that indicates 1 3/4 inch diameter checker.
I see. And then it looks like here you can fit maybe 11 checkers across.
You can, absolutely. Yep. They're all designed to do 11 across.
Okay, so that's actually nice because some people prefer the shorter boards that they can reach across a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh, this kind of goes through it by itself. So that's nice, and it's got the nice sturdy handle there.
Yeah.
Beautiful exterior.
Much of our hardware, so again, we made a lot of changes. It's not always easy to keep up with new photography and new changes. So some of these images are a bit dated. We are in the process now of doing photography. So on our more premium boards, we have new handle, new hardware, really, again, just updated stuff, and feels very nice. Yeah.
Right. One of the things I noticed is you can put like a custom imprint on the bumper, the side, the edges here.
Yeah, that's correct. That I was mentioning on the bumpers before. We've had some people customize every single bumper, phrasing all the way
Oh,
around.
wow.
Yeah, some fun stuff.
Interesting. Okay, so let me get out of this one. Okay, so that was this one. So let's go back. What was the next one you would like to look at?
Well, the travel sets is a nice section.
Okay, so how big are these travel set ones?
Well, you're testing me here. I couldn't tell you the name of the
Oh,
exact
what are the sizes of the checkers, for example?
Yeah, so this particular one is a newest set this year, and this is our magnetic travel set. If you're watching and you don't want it magnetic, yes, we could do it non-magnetic.
Yeah.
But that's a 1 1/4 inch checker.
Okay.
And so again, doing a lot of R&D before we went ahead and introduced this, we found a nice balance from, it's not a heavily magnetized checker to board. There's really you don't notice the drag when you're moving the checkers around. But if the board gets bumped or you want to move it, it holds plenty well. So thinking boat or plane or train, and so it's a great finish and a nice feel to this this set. We have cold roll steel underneath the cork.
Oh.
And every one of our checkers is drilled, and magnets are, we do that in our shop, drilled and the magnet placed and glued, and it's a little tedious, but it makes for a very nice finish set.
Does that make things a little heavier?
It sure does. Not so heavy where you're like, I don't want to put that in my
Right.
bag, or
Reasonable.
but from those two, between the magnet and the steel, now it's a thin roll of steel. So
Right.
but yes, it's, I think each one of those is 5 pounds.
Okay, that's not too bad. I also noticed the checker racks are 1 row of 15, which is unique. Most of the crystalloids are 3 rows of 5.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is the only one we have. And the reason we did it here, we have leather fold-up cups that would come with this.
Ah,
So you can just lay flat in the middle. And then it also kept that board just a little smaller. If it needed to be bigger or the checkers to fit
Yeah.
the other way, it was going to go a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. And so it's nice and clean. Love this board.
yeah, good. Okay, so let's see. So these were the travel ones. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's look at. Let's go back. There are some other ones. The tabletop is